Hello and welcome to another tarot reading for me. So today's topic is going to be about predictions for 2024. This is a pretty unusual setting, and I know Christmas is over, but I just felt inspired to use candy for today's reading. So this is going to be the only option for you to choose from, as in, well, these four options basically. So they're all tree candy for the Christmas tree. Pile number one, you have this green candy. I mean, candy in a green wrapper. These are all chocolates, actually. See, I think some of them are Jell-O. Pile number two, you have this red and gold candy. Pile number three, you have this white and gold candy. And pile number four, you have this brown and gold candy. Okay, so these are your four options. This is general predictions for 2024. So I'm going to be looking at whatever messages are coming out more strongly. So for some of you, they could turn out to be more about career, for others about romance, etc., etc. So whichever messages come out, those are the ones you're going to get from me. Right, so these are the general predictions. These are your options. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide, and I will see you at your reading. Welcome, pile number one. This is your reading if you have chosen this green candy. I'm sorry if you can't see much, but I'm not in my usual setting. I'm improvising. I'm doing with the best that I can with what I have. Yeah, and I also think it's more cozy this way. I personally like the dark. So, okay, so this is going to be the card selection phase. You can skip through it. I'm going to add timestamps if you don't want to sit through it, because I will be taking my time. Spirit, tell me about pile number one, the people who chose this candy over here. What is 2024, the year 2024, going to bring for them? What messages do you have for pile number one? Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number one? What messages can you give me for them for their 2024? All right. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number one, the people who chose the green candy? What is the year 2024 going to bring? Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number four, the people, sorry, pile number one, the people who chose the green candy? What is 2024 going to bring for them? This one really wants to come out. So let's see. We have service. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. Nice. Then we have ambition. May I offer all my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagining. Please use me for the highest good. All right, let's see. I'm actually going to read the, okay, we have 45 new directions. So I'm going to read the description for this card from the oracle, from the booklet in a bit at the end. We have, okay, wait, this one, yeah. We have desolate, number 12. Interesting. Okay. And we have squirrel, always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. All right. And last but not least, we have Loon, intuitive. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. All right, so I'm going to read the description for number 45, new directions from the booklet. Let's see. Departure, new perspectives, goodbyes. A dandelion is an airship traveling through the sky with a top hat as the basket these men are flying away in. One man jumps out of the basket and sails off on a flying dandelion seed. It takes him far away, while the other men wave goodbye and wish him well. This story illustrates endings and departures that are necessary to gain new perspectives in life. It takes courage to change directions and abandon old habits. But if you are bold enough, you can fly towards something new, a dream, a place, even yourself. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to get the tarot cards now. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. I'm going to refrain from, saying anything until I get all the cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the green candy. Okay, this one popped out. Tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the green candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1? The people who chose the green candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? Yeah. So, one more, I think. Yeah. So let's see. We have the Standing Stone, which is the Justice card. We have the Four of Swords. We have the World. The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, wait, this one was underneath. The Nine of Swords. The Witch, which is the Magician. The Queen of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. The Hierophant. The Queen of Swords. The Five of Pentacles. The King of Swords. The Nine of Wands. The Seven of Cups. The Page of Cups. All right. First thing that comes to my mind, there's a lot of number 9 here. There's a lot of number 9 energy. We have number 9 here in the new directions, and we have a lot of number 9s. So number 9 is actually about completing a cycle, sorry. You also have the World here. So I feel like many of you are ending some kind of significant stage of your life. You're closing a significant chapter of your life. With respect to what this is, I mean, it depends on the person. Bear in mind that I'm reading for a lot of people. I definitely see for some of you this could be about ending a significant relationship, because we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant suggests marriage. We also have Justice that also suggests marriage. So I think many of you might actually be ending a marriage, because it's like the Justice card. I mean, the Justice card to me is like anything that involves the legal system, actually. So very literally, for some of you, I think you might be heading towards the ending of a relationship. For others of you, this could just be ending a significant chapter of your life. You are becoming a different person. You're either like starting a significant chapter in this new year, or you are really just closing, you're tying loose ends, basically. You're like really preparing the field for a new chapter of your life. This is the first message that stands out to me. I also see a lot of number 7 here. Now, number 7 signifies, now, some of you could have a personal number 9 in 2024, or you could have a personal number 7. And by personal number, I'm talking about numerology, right? If you don't know how to calculate them, you can Google. It's pretty simple. Basically, if this is a number 7 for you, then this is a time of introspection. This is a time of going within. It could be a time when you are going to be focusing on resting and healing and figuring out what it is that you want to do later in the future, like on some very significant level. We have the 9 of Swords and we have the 9 of Wands underneath. So I see that definitely many of you, I'm not gonna lie, you know, you're at the end of your tether, or you have reached some very high level of tiredness in the recent past. Maybe in this past year, in 2023, some of you may have even experienced burnout. Either way, I see massive anxieties, and I see that you are just tired of always having to fight for things. You could have been tired about just fighting for survival, or tired about, you know, doing everything on your own. You feel like you don't have a lot of support. I definitely see that this is going to be a year. So 2024 is going to be a year when you are learning how to be clever. You're learning to work smarter, not harder. So this is what the plan is, the universe. I feel like many of you maybe are tied up emotionally to people that are not really supportive. And again, for some of you, this could literally be a spouse or a significant other. This is why you have the Justice here. This is also why you have this card about letting go of old connections. See, this is interesting here because I definitely see that many of you are ambitious, but I feel like you are ambitious, but you're frustrated about all the things that you're not accomplishing or you haven't managed to accomplish in the recent past. We have ambition and we have service. So with all the 9s here and all the 7s and all the service and the ambition, I feel like the message is that you need to focus more on helping others, on thinking about how you can be of use to other people, as opposed to thinking about what material gains are going to come your way. And this is the way for you to actually increase your abundance. This is why you have here the 5 of Pentacles. This is also like, look at this, the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles underneath. To me, the way that I would read this is you should learn to be clever. So the universe, again, is inviting you to become clever. Now, this doesn't mean to use deception, but it means being more strategic. Maybe being more strategic about the people you approach for help, the people you approach for guidance, because maybe you're just barking up the wrong tree. You know what I mean? When it comes to, let's say, asking for help, direction, support, and all of these things, you should be more strategic, more clever about the people you choose to ask for help. There's definitely the strong message that I think many of you may have actually literally been barking, I mean, not literally, but you may have been barking up the wrong tree. You know, like you may have been, let's say, if you're someone struggling to get a job or struggling to make it in a business, you may have been offering your services to the wrong people. And this is why you're not progressing financially or career-wise. So instead of keep trying with the same, maybe even trying in the same profession, you know, so for some of you, you may have to rethink your entire professional career path. I definitely see this more to do with overall life trajectory and career finances, maybe not so much about, you know, romantic relationships. This could also actually be about friendships, for instance. You know, maybe you are investing in the wrong friendships. You have invested up until this point. So Spirit is telling you to focus more on finding the right people for you. You know, we have here the World, yeah, and the Queen of Swords. And we have here the 7 of Pentacles and the King of Swords. The Queen and King of Swords shows Aquarius energy. Now, this could just be that many of you have strong Aquarius energy, but irrespective of what your personal astrological placements are, This is an invitation from Spirit to become more of that Aquarius energy. This is going to be a time when you will be required to be rational, cold-blooded, have a good head on your shoulders, not make decisions out of emotions, you know. Instead, be very firm about what it is you want, what you don't want. Really try to clear your mind with respect to your objectives and how you want your life to turn out. This is a time of you having to go after what you want, really. Because we have here, see, we have the World card with the number 3 and the Queen of Swords underneath. The World card can be interpreted in many ways, and one of them is definitely potentially ending a cycle. So this is one way that I would read it, especially for those of you that resonated with the marriage situation. I'm sorry if it's like not a cool subject to talk about, but I have to speak as I find. I definitely see that some of you might be heading towards the ending of a relationship, and of course, if this is the case, then it is towards your greater development. It's ultimately towards your greater good for this to happen. But if this isn't like you, if this does not resonate with respect to a romantic relationship, this is about you opening up to new possibilities. So there might be new opportunities coming your way, maybe from foreign cultures, foreign lands, and you need to be ready to take advantage of them. And in order to be ready for that, you have to have a clear mind. You have to be rational, right? You cannot allow anyone to pull the wool over your eyes, bamboozle you, waste your time with things that are not, you know, in alignment with your greater purpose, let's say. So in other words, just to give you an example, let's say you are seeking to change your career and someone comes along and offers you a well-paid job and you are tempted to take the job even though you know that it's not in line with what you want to do later in life. This is not a good idea, right? Don't take any detours this year. Instead, make sure that you are crystal clear on what it is you want to achieve and stick to it until you get the right opportunities. With the Four of Swords here and the Hierophant, honestly, the first thing that this makes me think of is that some of you could be getting a lot of messages through your subconscious. Some of you could be getting, I mean, I don't want to sound dramatic, but even prophetic dreams. This is really specific and only for those of you who are highly intuitive. But for all of you, I feel resting is very important, and it also is a message that you should pay attention to your dreams, because your dreams could be revealing important messages about your subconscious, what drives you, maybe even potential solutions to your problems, especially if you have dealt with mental health issues. We also see with the Hierophant that you will be called to some extent to share a lot of spiritual knowledge this year. First of all, share spiritual knowledge. So for those of you who are maybe already on this path, for whom this resonates, it's definitely about sharing spiritual knowledge, and it could be about you reaching a higher level of success and reaching a larger audience, especially if you have, let's say, social media profiles that you are advertising something through. That could definitely be a message for you. Otherwise, it is about you finding your tribe, you know. So you might be finding people that are like-minded, that feel safe, that you share a lot of values and principles with. For some of you, it might even be meeting a long-term potential partner. But I'm not necessarily seeing that you're going to get married next year or something like that. I do see the possibility for some of you that you might actually meet someone significant that at some point later down the line you might reach a serious relationship with. And this is for those of you that don't resonate with the divorce thing. For some of you, yeah, I'm feeling like it might be at the ending of a relationship. See, even further yet, another way to read the Justice actually is, I know, like, some people don't like multiple storylines, but I'm just giving you everything that I see here, and of course there are going to be multiple people, so I have to look at all the potential possibilities. So one thing that I could say also with the Justice card is that you might be getting justice for something, okay? So very specifically, this is for those of you who have gone through some kind of significant injustice in your life, especially those of you who are maybe even pursuing justice legally against someone. This could be about you finally getting justice for something that has happened to you. If you haven't pursued justice legally, this is just about some kind of evening of karma. This is definitely a year when you are being asked to work hard for your professional goals. So I see that with respect to finances, I'm not seeing like huge gains, to be honest. You know, with respect to finances, what I see is that this is a year when you are building towards a better future, because we have that Seven of Pentacles. Some of you are probably finding, well, maybe you have found it already, but some of you are becoming more focused on one particular thing that you want to achieve with respect to your career. Maybe you are, learning a new skill. You are considering starting a new job, but I feel like you're somewhere in an beginner or intermediary level, with respect to something this year. Like you might be focusing on a new path that you are at best intermediary in, right? And you have to keep working on it to get better. I also see the King of Swords underneath, which shows that you are going to be very determined about this new career path. So you're going to have this strong feeling of, oh, this is what I want to do, You're going to be finding something, that is really making you motivated and making you see all the potential development, not just financially, but also with respect to, professional satisfaction and maybe even spiritual satisfaction. So you could be getting into a new career path. For some of you, it's just continuing working on something you have already discovered as an interest. But I definitely see, so this year is one of growth professionally. I do see the anxiety. See, to me, these two columns here are kind of going hand in hand, in the sense that I see this anxiety happening here, and I see this tiredness, this weariness happening, and at the same time, I see the importance of resting. And for some of you, the Hierophant, actually I think for most of you, is also an invitation from Spirit to believe in a higher power. This is about relying on faith, right? So if you feel tired, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like, there aren't many people that can help you or are willing to help you, it's always a good idea to fall back on faith and just leaving it to a higher power. This is what I feel is being said through these cards as well. Instead of like, focusing too much on an outcome when it comes to your career and your life, you should be focusing on just creating quality work and giving up the control to a higher plan. Trusting that if you're doing everything right, that you are focusing on the quality of your work or your services, then everything is going to fall into place. You're going to meet the right people at the right time. You're going to get the right opportunities that will bring you happiness. This is really cool here because the Magician showing up shows that you have very strong powers of manifestation. But the Seven of Cups underneath shows that you are kind of easily distracted by a lot of different options. So you're going to have a lot of options this year. Again, a number 7. So 7 is a number of introversion, really. And this is very kind of Neptunian energy. In tropical astrology, I would call it Neptunian. In Vedic astrology, I would link the Seven of Cups to Rahu, actually, because it's more about, it's about glitz and glamour. It's about the Maya, so the world of material illusions that is confusing at times and aimed at distracting people. Some of you, this is really specific, and if you come from Vedic astrology, you know what I'm going to talk about. You know what I mean, but maybe some of you won't. So some of you could be going through the Rahu Mahadasha. I feel like maybe some of you might be either entering the Rahu Mahadasha or leaving it. I feel like, yeah, there's some significant message here of you being like in between two major chapters of your life, And this is what I wanted to say. Like, I feel you're going to have many, many opportunities this year, many options. So again, this could be in general. This could be about romance. This could be about jobs. But your job is to make the right decision, right? To not get sidetracked, to be clear about what your boundaries are, what it is you want in your life, what kind of energies you want, what kind of work you want to focus on. Be very clear on that and don't allow anything to distract you. You know, don't just go for something just because it looks like a bright new shiny opportunity, and it might sidetrack you, you know, and send you on a detour of a few years going nowhere or going in the wrong direction just because it seemed like, you know, the easier choice in the short term. But one good thing, like I said, is that with a magician, you have very strong powers of manifestation. So it's really important for you, again, to keep your mind clear, to focus, to meditate. Also, the Four of Swords speaks of the importance of clearing your mind and being in a meditative state as much as possible. Meditating regularly, sleeping well, and all of these things are going to be really important for you. Resting and doing everything in your power to make sure that you are resting enough and sleeping, because these are important times for you to recover and to regain that mental clarity that you need to make the right decisions. We also have at the end of it, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Page of Cups. So I feel like you are reaching the end of this year if you are doing everything right, if you are doing all of this work, this, you know, I also see a lot of enthusiasm, ironically. So I feel like even though you are, you know, pretty tired and weary, there's still a lot of drive there. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of desire and inspiration to do things. But you do need to take care of your health. You do need to rest. And you need to cut back on, cut people that are wrong for you out of your life. This is what I see. And initially, at the end, after you have done all of this work, you will reach this level of emotional maturity where you become the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. So we have here inspiration, love, romance, magic. The Page of Cups here to me is also about the positive side of the subconscious energy. So it goes hand in hand with everything that I have said already, in the sense that if you go through quieting your mind, quieting your anxieties, doing everything in your power to, you know, clear out the tiredness from your system, and maybe doing that dream work, understanding your dreams, you're going to reach this higher understanding of your own psychology, and your intuition overall is going to increase. Your creativity overall is going to increase. So you might be getting a lot of really strong inspirations during this year. You might be getting really great ideas for what you want to do, let's say later on in your life, or it could be like, especially for those of you who are active in a creative field, this could be some kind of creative breakthrough. You could be getting some kind of really important ideas that, you know, would really change your life significantly. Maybe ideas for a business, a product, a service, right? So overall, you are reaching a higher understanding emotionally. Overall, for all of you, you know, you're going to be reaching this deeper understanding of human psychology, of your own psychology, right? Having higher emotional intelligence, learning to relate to others. So whichever the situation may be, if you do all the work, you will reach a point where you have a higher understanding and you're able to relate to others from all walks of life. And again, this even makes me think that some of you could have some kind of a breakthrough in an artistic field or something to do with the humanities, right? Like any kind of activity where you have to understand people, maybe marketing, maybe spiritual teaching, maybe psychology, human resources, anything like that. So any kind of field where you have to have a good understanding of people, this could be something that you're really going to thrive in this year, or you might be getting more opportunities in this year. And then, of course, creativity, any kind of creative activity. Yeah, really very strong messages here of repeatedly telling you to focus on your inner world. you know, on your psychology. I feel like many of you, you have gone through a lot of healing, and you are continuing to go through a lot of healing. But it's really important for you to push through, because I feel like you, like I said here, I feel like many of you are tired. Maybe you're even close to giving up. I'm sorry if this sounds really negative, or maybe in the recent past, like in the last months of 2023, you really have felt like giving up on a lot of things, giving up on life even, because I see so much suffering here, and I see so much defensiveness and tiredness. And I feel like many of you have just been pushing against the same things over and over again. And if that sounds like you, then you know what to do. Like all the things that I've said previously, it's really important for you to do the work, maybe even go to therapy, you know, try to understand yourself like that. We also have here the card with Desolate here, which really says it all. Number 12, which is Jupiter, and number 12 is also here with 21, actually. The reason I say number 12 is because it boils down to number 3, right? So number 3, 21 boils down to a number 3 in numerology as well. So it makes me think of, again, ending a cycle. I feel like ending a cycle emotionally. You know what this reminds me of? Like, this is very specific, but maybe for some of you, this is going to sound like relevant information. If you've watched Carnivale or Carnivale, I don't know what it's called. It's that old TV series from HBO in the early 2000s. There was this scene there with a burning tree. And there was this saying, and I mean, that series, maybe that's even something you might want to watch. I don't know, for some of you, again, very specifically, if you are someone highly intuitive, there might be some messages there for you. But there was this great saying there in that series that said, every prophet in his house. I won't get too much into it, but it's about... Basically, it's about someone who is being groomed for a higher destiny. Now, I don't want to give you a big head about anything, but I feel like many of you, you are someone, probably also because of this Justice card, I feel like many of you have had heavy karmas to go through in this lifetime, but that's because you are being prepared for some major path in life. And you may not see the importance of the things you're going through right now, but they are all happening for your greater development, and they are necessary stages to go through. And another advice that I can give you, look at this, we also have Loon Intuitive. So I definitely feel like many of you are intuitive. I'm going to see what the astrological notes also have to say, because I wouldn't be surprised if I get some like Moon energy, some K2 energy, but we'll see. But yeah, I see that many of you are highly intuitive, and I think these past maybe years, these past few years, definitely these past few months, you have gone through a lot of like purging emotionally. Maybe some of you have even gone through pretty serious mental health challenges, a lot of anxiety, like I said, insomnia could have been a thing. Yeah, but these are all things that you are meant to go through to purge maybe past wounds, past traumas, to help you get in touch with your deeper self, your essence, understand your past, understand why things happen to you, understand that ultimately whatever has happened has made you who you are, and that it's ultimately going to lead to the knowledge you need to fulfill your destiny. This is pretty much what I have, all right? Also with the squirrel, this is what I wanted to say with the squirrel and always prepared. I feel like this is a message of, you know, it's a good idea to be cautious when it comes to your spending, for instance, and be cautious when it comes to, you know, getting into a mode of self-preservation on a material plane. Like, this is not a good time for you to make new enemies, for instance. This is not a good time for you to open a war on multiple fronts. This is a time for you to rest. This is a time for you to go inside. This is a time to minimize the drama on the outside of your life so that you have time to process your inner world. This is how I see it. All right, so this is what I can see from the cards. I'm going to see what the astrological notes have to say. Be back in a bit. All right, so you have to forgive the presentation because I'm not in my usual setting. So I have just mixed all of them here in this bag. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the green candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? Spirit, tell me. Spirit, what is the year 2024 going to bring for pile number 1? Tell me, Spirit. What is the year 2024 going to bring for my pile number 1? Alright. And these. Okay. So let's see what we have here. We have the 11th house. The 8th house. Not surprising, alright. The 8th house is about transformation. It's about psychology. 11th house is about friends. We'll see. 5th house, alright. This is about finding your heart's desire. 6th house, this is about service. It's interesting because you had that oracle card about service. We have 3rd house. We have 1st house, the house of the physical body. And we have 2nd house, which is the house of, well, it's the house of the face, the voice, and the family of origin. And a bunch of other things. Let's see. We have the moon. Oh my god, strong confirmation of what I said. Some of you are very intuitive. We have Leo energy. We have Jupiter. So that's the number 3 that was coming out on the world card. We have Sagittarius. That's more Jupiter energy. We have Venus. All right, interesting. Let's see. We have Purva Bhadrapada, okay, which is ruled by Jupiter. Again, more Jupiter energy. And falls in Aquarius and Pisces. We have Revati, which falls in Pisces, ruled by Mercury. But again, because it falls in Pisces, that's more Jupiter energy as well. You have a lot of Jupiter, what can I say? We have Kritika, which is ruled by the Sun. Interesting. You have a lot of Sun energy as well. Rohini, which is falling in Taurus and is ruled by the Moon. And we have Uttara Falguni, which is ruled by the Sun. It's falling in Leo and Virgo. We have Uttara Bhadrapada, which is ruled by Saturn, and it's falling in Pisces. And we have Vishaka, which is falling in Libra and Scorpio, and it's ruled by Jupiter. Okay, so maybe the Justice card that showed is also a confirmation of the fact that many of you have Libra energy. Right, so let me break this down. See, Venus is the Karaka, or the significator of marriage. And we have Jupiter, which is the justice system. So I stand by my original interpretation of maybe some of you are going through some legal issues here. Some of you, like I said, it could literally be the ending of a relationship, as in divorce, maybe, or the ending of a significant long-term partnership, maybe not without involving the legal system. But I feel for some of you, you may have gone through some kind of legal disputes, right? Maybe not necessarily with a romantic partner. This could have also been some kind of legal dispute involving an inheritance, money, you know, finances, or just any kind of legal dispute, honestly. But yeah, I see that this is something for some of you, very specifically, that is going to be sorted out in 2024. And with the houses here, we have the 8th house prominent, we have the 1st house prominent, we have the 6th and the 2nd. So for some of you, and the 3rd house, right? So the 3rd house, for instance, is the house of judgment, is the house of thinking patterns, and it's also the house of stamina, willpower, determination. So I think for some of you, this is really specific. You may have gone through some mental health issues, like I said. These are clearing out in 2024, provided that you do, you know, that you take some effort in this direction. You make some effort. But I also see some health problems that are probably heading towards healing, because there is a cycle of completion happening for many of you. So we are seeing here this energy of the 6th house, which means that health is going to be a priority for you in 2024. Many of you will be seeking to better your lifestyle, your diet. You are going to be eating cleaner. You're going to be more conscious of what you're putting in your body and how you live and how you work and all that stuff. So this is all very positive, because it's definitely going to impact your health in a positive way, especially your mental health. I see this repeatedly with not just the 6th house. I see it with the moon, with to some extent also with Venus and Jupiter. I also see it with Kritika Nakshatra here that came out especially, right? So something about your lifestyle is going to change. I think many of you are going to change your diet actually in this year. We also have the 2nd house, which is about nourishment. It's about food, what you eat, your eating habits and all that. And we have the 8th house, which is transformation. So I definitely feel that 2024 is going to be a great year for those of you who are seeking to improve your health with respect to your fitness overall. Aside from that, I see that the theme of psychology is very strong, because we have the 2nd house, the 8th house, we have the moon. And we also have Purva Bhadrapada, which I won't get into like really deep astrological, Freudian slip. I won't get into very deep astrological symbolisms here, but Purva Bhadrapada is a nakshatra that is notorious for being connected to traumas, especially when the native has sun or moon in Purva Bhadrapada, either in the natal chart or in the D9 divisional, which is called the Navamsha chart. It shows trauma is connected to the parent figures. It could also show trauma is connected to other things depending on where it's sitting in the horoscope. But in any case, there is some kind of a tendency, there is some kind of potential trauma in your life, and this is, confirming what we get through the moon and the 8th house and all this, and what we also got through the tarot cards and the oracle cards, that you are basically clearing out a lot of, past memories and healing. You're purging, basically. There's also this energy of faith that is very strong. So I feel like faith is going to be a component in your life in 2024. This doesn't necessarily mean, you're going to join a religion. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're going to fall back on your religion. But I just think that this is a time when you're going to connect with that inner faith in a higher power, in a higher plan. And it's going to be something that is really going to help you, basically, to overcome all the challenges you're going to have. The 5th house showing up could show that children are going to be important for you this year. So either you're going to have significant dealings with children. Some of you might be working with children, or you're going to be, somehow having more contact with children. For those of you who have children, obviously this is just going to show that you're going to have to focus more on this relationship this year, or you're just going to be willing, not necessarily that you're going to have to. But the 5th house also signifies, your authenticity. We also have this with Leo. So Leo showed up. We also have Uttara Falguni, which also falls in Leo. So, and we also have a lot of sun energy here. Well, not a lot, but we have Kritika, which is ruled by the sun, right? So all of this sun energy, this Leo energy, shows the importance of authenticity. It shows the importance of you falling back into the basics of who you are, trying to reconnect with that inner child, with what made you happy when you were, young and innocent and money was not a concern. So it's this feeling of having to get back to, return to innocence. I don't know if you know that song, Return to Innocence by Enigma, but that's a song that really came to my mind. So I don't know, maybe listening to it might help you reconnect with some feelings for some reason. That just popped into my head, so I thought I would share. But yeah, it's like the 5th house is about you getting back in touch with what you love to do, who you really are, Also indulging in creative activities and and your inner sense of innocence, basically. Fifth house also can show education up until, let's say, master's degree. So for some of you, this could be a great time to pursue higher education or to finish a degree, considering the fact that we had all those messages about the ending of a cycle. So it depends. This is actually either a good time to end an educational cycle or to start a new one, depending on where you are at. But yeah, this is a good time to also pursue any kind of hobby courses or any kind of education in general, right? Especially when it comes to things that you are passionate about that you would do as a hobby or for your personal amusement. And this is also a good time for travel. I see this with Rider-Waite as well, Rider-Waite Nakshatra with Jupiter. We also had the World card. So I think for many of you, this could be a great year to travel, to pursue things that are outside of the box. But I feel for many of you, this is literally travel. Rider-Waite is also a nakshatra that has to do specifically with air travel. So, and also air travel professions, right? So again, this is really specific, but if you are tempted to, let's say, go for a profession that is connected to air travel, this is a great year to do that. So being a flight attendant or a pilot or something like that. Since we have Jupiter and Venus, this shows that there will be financial opportunities coming in. So this could reinforce that Seven of Pentacles that I saw. But you also have to be pretty smart about making the most of them. This could be a year that you will learn more about investments. You will be tempted to learn more, so that is a good idea. Learning how to invest money properly so that you multiply it. But I also see definitely an increase in your finances. We also have the 11th house, which is the house of gains. So I feel like for many of you, there could be some reward for your past efforts, at least, with respect to your professional life, with respect to your endeavors. So yeah, you're also going to have a deeper feeling of optimism, even though, again, there might be some harsh times as well, because like I said, I did see all of those heavy energies. But I also feel like ultimately there will be this inner sense of faith that is going to guide you throughout 2024. And ultimately, this is going to be a transformative year. I think that's the best way to characterize it. I also see that communication, working on things that have to do with your voice, your communication, are going to be things that are really going to favor you and your development. So for some of you, this is really specific, but I feel like teaching could be a good thing for you, especially if you've thought about getting into it. This could be a confirmation that you are heading towards the right path for you, because we have the second, the third, the fifth houses. So this is about teaching, you know. Travel is a very strong energy. Did I mention? I did mention travel. I definitely see very strong messages connected to travel here. Some of you very specifically are going to go somewhere by the sea, because we have a lot of sea energy. We have the moon, we have Uttara Bhadrapada. Sea or bodies of water, okay? This is really specific, but for some of you, you could be healing some kind of an addiction. Because again, we see the 8th house, which is a house of transformation and purification to some extent. And I also see Vishaka, which is pretty much connected to things like substance abuse. If it's not literally substance abuse, I think that some of you are just going to be dealing with you know, healing some kind of dark side, like some kind of bad self-destructive habits throughout this year. But I'm especially seeing things like substance abuse, maybe especially alcohol addiction, because there's a connection to fluids here. Overall, I would say that you should keep your eyes open because, I mean, there is a message of you needing to be perseverant with your goals because of the Uttar Bhadrapada, the Saturn energy. But, and also with Rohini, one thing that I can say is that a lot of people might find you more attractive. We also see this with Revati Rohini, with Kritika. So, especially if you're a woman, okay, but not only if you're a woman, but especially if you're a woman, I feel like you're going to get more attention this year because, I mean, you might get more suitors, more people, more men approaching you, seeing you as more feminine than usual. And that could be as a result of your glow up, or it could just be a result of you working on your inner sense of self-love and also just getting your life in order, basically. Fifth house is also self-love, so I have to say that this is about working on self-love. But what I wanted to say is you're definitely going to be getting some significant opportunities this year because there is a repeated theme of opportunities. I don't want to say like windfalls. It could be opportunities for career or for romance. I mean, it depends on each person. So one thing that I can say though is just that you will have significant opportunities. So it's very important for you to keep a clear mind in order to be able to make the most of them. Right. So this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. Also, comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give or ideas for future videos that you would like me to do on my channel. And also, if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. You can email me for reading options and pricing lists, and I can also send you some example readings that I've done so far just so you can see the format and if you're interested or not. Also in the video description I will leave a link to reviews I have gotten for private readings before, again if you're curious to read them. And also last but not least, I have an astrology channel and I will be linking it in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. If you're interested in astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also have a background in tropical, and altogether I've been into astrology for more than 20 years. And yeah, I do tons of unique videos on my channel. So if you're curious, go ahead and check it out. Like I said, thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a great 2024, and I hope to see you in my next tarot video on my channel. Bye! Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this red, hope that it's visible, this red and gold candy. So this is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you don't want to sit through it because I will be taking my time. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the red candy. What is 2024 going to bring for them? What is 2024 going to bring for pile number 2? All right. Spirit, what is 2024? The year 2024 going to bring? Okay. What is the year 2024 going to bring for my pile number 2? Spirit, what is the year 2024 going to bring for my pile number 2, the people who chose the red candy? Spirit, what is the year two? Okay, this one just fell out. Whoa. So let's see. I'm going to start with these. So health. Allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. Divine timing. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we are prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. All right. And here we have this number 36. We have the tree remembers. All right. Heron, patience. Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. Moose, wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Okay. I'm going to try to stick it here. I don't know. We'll see. And we have 51 to the moon and back. Okay, I'm going to read the description for this from the booklet. Hold on a second. I'm trying. Okay. Desires, wishes, longings. Look at this woman sitting on a swing shaped like the moon. She gazes longingly into the distance as if she would like to be somewhere else. Although her skirt is made out of feathers, she stays seated and does not fly away. This card speaks about strong desires. Sometimes we crave what we don't have. Instead of taking action, we remain passive and let our dreams fall unknown. Let the powerful magic of the moon reveal any unpredictable desires. All right. Nice. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. I'm going to refrain from saying anything before I get all the cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the red candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? Can't choose all of those. What is the year 2024 going to bring for pile number 2? Tell me, Spirit. So we have, let's see, we have the King of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the 3 of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the King of Cups. Let me get more. Spirit, please clarify. Please clarify. I mean, don't clarify. Not clarify. Spirit, please tell me, what is the year 2024 going to bring for pile number 2? What is the year, 2024 going to bring for pile number 2? Okay, we have the 4 of Cups. We have the King of Wands again. We have the Strength card. We have Justice. We have the 2 of Cups underneath the 3 of Swords. The Ace of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords again. We have the 6 of Cups. All right. I'm going to need to bring some clarifications here. Spirit, please clarify the Knight of Swords for me. Page of Pentacles. Please clarify the Page of Pentacles, Spirit. Queen of Cups. All right. Spirit, please clarify the King of Wands. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Please clarify the 3 of Pentacles, Spirit. Page of Swords. All right. Please clarify the Justice for me. Please clarify the Justice card, Spirit. 8 of Pentacles. All right. Lots of clarifications. I'm going to add this here. Okay. So, pile number 2. First, I'm going to say that if you felt drawn to pile number 1, you might want to check it out as well. But again, only if you felt drawn to it at all. Otherwise, you're probably just going to get all the messages you need from this reading. First thing is that you have 2 cards that came out twice. So these are very strong messages from Spirit when I get repeated cards. So we have the Knight of Swords that came out twice. And we have the King of Wands that came out twice. King of Wands. So I clarified these 2 cards. I clarified the King of Wands, and I got the 3 of Pentacles clarified by the Page of Swords. I don't know where to add it. I'm just going to put it here. Going to add it here. All right. And then I clarified the Knight of Swords, and I got the Page of Pentacles, and I clarified the Page of Pentacles, and I got the Queen of Cups. Okay. But I'm going to leave that towards the end. I also clarified the Justice card, and I got the 8 of Pentacles, just to let you know. But let me break down what I see here. I'm going to add these aside here. Let me break down what I see, okay? Ironically, even though you have 2 cards that came out twice, the first thing that stood out to me out of this whole spread is this right here. The 3 of Swords with the 2 of Cups underneath. So this is like heartbreak followed by a new beginning. So this either means that some of you have gone through a significant ending of some sorts in the recent history. You have gone through, I don't know, the ending of a relationship, some kind of significant heartbreak. Or this doesn't necessarily have to be like you have gone through some kind of a breakup or something. It just means that maybe you have just gone through a lot of loneliness, a lot of emotional pain in the recent history, and it is very likely that you're going to start some new romantic connection in the year 2024. You might meet someone, either you might meet someone or this is someone you have already met and it's something that's going to develop further in 2024. And I see here a balanced relationship where both people are equally interested, equally invested. So this is good news, all right? First thing that stands out. Then let me break down what else I see here. I see the King of Wands coming out twice here. First time it shows like King of Wands, and then we have the 4 of Cups underneath, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands underneath. This is a pretty strong message, and the way that I would read it is you have to be very decisive this year. So first of all, the King of Wands shows fire energy. This shows vitality, right? This is especially Leo energy. So the sun, which is the planet that shows vitality in the horoscope, for instance, it's also Aries and Sagittarius, which are the other 2 fire signs. So this is a person who is motivated, very self-motivated, very driven, knows who he is. You know, this is healthy masculine energy, and this is irrespective of your gender, right? So this shows me that in 2024, you're actually going to get to step more into this energy of the King of Wands. You're going to be having more vitality. You're going to be having more energy. You might be getting clarity with respect to your life's purpose. We also have a lot of passion here. I do see a lot of wands here. A lot of Leo energy. You also have the Strength card, which has a lion on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you actually have strong Leo energy. If you don't, again, it could just be like a strong sun energy. You could be a life path number 1, or you could have been born on a day that boils down to a number 1, like the 10th, the 28th. Which one's either? The 1st, obviously. Or the 19th. I think those are the only options, right? So in any case, okay, irrespective of what your horoscope is, whether you have the strong Leo energy, sun energy, again, you could have also had placements in the nakshatras ruled by the sun, but I'm going to get more into that when I get to the astrological notes. Whichever the case, you're just going to have a boost in your vitality, okay? So I see that you're going to be getting more energy, more clarity, more motivation overall. So you're going to get more passionate and excited about things in this year. It could just be that you're going to have more things to be excited about, you know? It could also be this falling in love thing that is going to, you know, light a fire under your butt or something, give you that extra motivation that you need to pursue your goals or to get something done. I definitely see a lot of creative inspiration in your pile. So as opposed to pile number 1, I mean, you do have some healthy amounts of every element here, but I do see a predominance of cups and wands, which is water and fire energy, which is basically more about emotions, passion, and all that. Not so much about, you know, being rational and cautious. So I see that this is going to be a very inspirational year for you. I definitely see creative drive. Look at this. We have the Page of Cups and we have the Ace of Wands. So a lot of you might be getting really a strong inspiration to pursue something you really love to do. Okay, this could be like you throwing yourself headfirst into some kind of a creative endeavor. This could also just be just anything that is kind of like a passion project. I do feel like you might be just figuring out something new about yourself. So this is either like a newly discovered hobby or it's something that you have yet to discover in 2024. So I feel like you're going to start something new. You're going to start some kind of a new project or a new endeavor or something, maybe a new career even. But I'm not feeling, see, if this is a new career, it's going to be something you're really passionate about. So I'm not feeling this is like a new corporate job or something. This is going to be something that really makes you feel a very passionate and creative on a deep level. See, also we have the Knight of Swords twice, which clarified through the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups here. Ha. This shows me, and also look at this, we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Justice underneath. And the Justice clarified through the 8 of Pentacles. This is really specific, but some of you may have gone through some kind of a betrayal with respect to your professional life. This could have been like you were badly treated by an employer or coworkers or something of the sort. I see something involving profession, reputation, something formal, maybe your money or finances. And if that sounds like you, you're going to be getting justice this year for something that has happened to you. However, this could also be a warning that you don't get yourself into trouble and that you don't do things impulsively and, you know, let your emotions get the best of you. The Knight of Swords, even though technically it's a swords card, it warns of impulsivity and aggressiveness. So you might have this tendency in this year to be overzealous a little bit, right? You might be super passionate about something and you might get to the point where you're not taking any hostages, you know, like you feel very driven, very determined, and it's like, no, it's going to happen. It's going to happen my way. You know, everyone has to get out of my way and all that stuff. And you should be careful because that kind of attitude can actually get you in trouble, especially trouble in your professional life. This is why you have the 8 of Pentacles here. So this is a warning that be careful that, for instance, you don't sabotage your chances for a promotion, for instance, because you butt heads with the manager. You know, that could be a potential explanation. Or be careful that you don't lose your job because, I don't know, you say something bad about your manager and someone tells on you or something, right? Again, you know, if you have your own business, you don't want to piss off suppliers or you don't want to piss off your clients by saying something, you know, rash and without thinking things through, you know, basically this is what I'm seeing. And yeah, there's a strong message here. You're going to be a little bit of a hothead, really, in the year of 2024. I also wouldn't be surprised if you have strong Mars energy, but let me not get into that. This is really cool because you do have the King of Cups and you have the 6 of Cups underneath. So again, this is pretty specific. Some of you could have some significant dealings with children. Maybe some of you are going to get children in this year or going to get pregnant if you have been wanting to. However, the Six of Cups speaks of you getting in touch with your inner child, your innocence, getting more, learning to become more vulnerable, getting in touch with your vulnerable side, maybe learning how to parent yourself, how to take care of your inner child, you know, your wounds and stuff. I feel like this is also you just learning to slow down and enjoy yourself, because especially in this card, even though yeah, it's the King of Cups, but you know, this is a card that, look at this, you know, he's enjoying a nice rich meal and some wine and some cake and whatever. So, and there's flowers on the table. So, and here we have, you know, the Six of Cups, which is a similar imagery. So this makes me feel like in this year, especially with the number 6, which is Venus, you know, you have this very innocent kind of, maybe like how should I put it? A reawakening of your senses, where you are going to see things with fresh eyes. I also see this because you have a lot of page energy. You have, through the clarifications, we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Page of Swords here. I'm pretty sure we also had another page. Where was it? Yeah, we have the Page of Cups as well. So the only one that's missing is the Page of Wands, actually. And you have, so a lot of fresh energy, a lot of kind of childlike enthusiasm in this year. So I feel like for many of you, this is going to be a reawakening. I definitely feel that you have gone through some kind of significant heartache in the recent history, because we also have the 8 of, this is, what the heck is this? This is a hair, sorry. So we have the 8 of Cups clarified by the Strength card. So I feel like many of you, we also have the 8. Oh my god, number 8. See, number 8 is Saturnian, so this shows suffering and hardship. So I feel like you are, yeah, you have endured some kind of significant heartbreak in recent history, I feel, or you maybe even up until this point, you know, you're like your entire life. I see a lot of hardship, a lot of struggle. And you're going to, first of all, you are going to discover how strong you are in 2024. You're going to realize through all of the things you have gone up until this point, and you're going to continue to face, that you are a very strong person. You're very resilient. And also there's this message of, you know what, learning to accept the things that you just cannot change. This is why we have the 8 of Cups. I feel like you are, you know, leaving something behind. And there could be, like, especially at the beginning of 2024, there could still be this feeling of emotional heaviness. And really, considering the fact that we also have the 3 of Swords here, I definitely feel for some of you, this could be like some kind of heartbreak, you know, like a romantic relationship that has gone badly. If this is not your situation, this could just be, could just be any kind of emotional hardship, you know, like maybe it was just like a lot of people treated you badly, you were betrayed. So there was this, like, this emotional heaviness that you pretty much are going to carry into the beginning of 2024, but it's slowly going to, you know, fade away, because the 8 of Cups is an ending, and again, underneath the 3 of Swords, you have the 2 of Cups, right? So the 2 of Cups could definitely show that you might meet someone, and even if, let's say, you don't meet someone in 2024, I feel like this is the realization that you need to heal yourself, because this is about, you know, it's also ruled by number 2 here, which is the moon energy. For instance, in numerology, number 2 is ruled by the moon, and the moon is a very nurturing, healing energy, right? It's the motherly energy. So this makes me feel that you are learning to be there for yourself first and foremost, you know, to no longer leave yourself behind, to not betray yourself. Yeah, and to basically not take crap, basically. Learn what it is that you need in relationships, learn what a healthy relationship should look like, and not accept any less than that, you know. And it's also interesting to me, though, that you have here this health message, and you also have here, you have this Ouroboros here, energy, which is, it's connected to medicine, you know, these snakes that are intertwining. I mean, technically this isn't an Ouroboros, because the Ouroboros is the snake that is biting its own tail. But this is this symbol of the snake. I mean, snakes are used in these like medical symbols. I don't know what it's called, the cup of something. There's this thing in like antiquity that has like a snake wrapped around it, and it's a symbol of medicine or something. So this makes me think again of healing. Like healing is going to become very important for you. So for some of you, since you also have this health card, this could also be about of a specific physical ailment that you have had. With the Three of Swords and here this energy here, I see for many of you this could be about heart issues. This could be about anxiety, palpitations that you have had, blood pressure issues. I mean, this is really specific. See how it resonates, but this is what I'm getting here. So for some of you, this could have actually been the case. And yeah, if you are following treatment and if you do everything in your power, these are things that are going to get better. But I also feel like a lot of these things for many of you could have been psychosomatic. This is why you have the Three of Swords here. So it's telling you that if you take care of yourself emotionally and with respect to mending your lifestyle, taking care of yourself and all that, then your health physically will improve as well. This is a really specific message here that you should be very careful about setting boundaries, about not taking crap that you are not interested in, right? So not being afraid to offend anyone by saying no. And I see that if you follow this King of Wands energy of being determined and passionate and going after what you want unapologetically, you will reach this also Queen of Pentacles. Look at this. We have this nice pairing of the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So I see abundance coming in for you, and I see confidence and overall success, prosperity on a physical plane and on a spiritual plane. I see that you are heading towards happiness emotionally and, you know, pretty much on every plane, you know, abundance, having everything you want. We also have here the Nine of Wands here and the Knight of Swords underneath is just a further reinforcement. I feel like many of you are tired and weary. This is why we have the Nine of Wands here. So because of that, you might reach this point where your patience is just reaching level of 0, the level of 0 or even below sea level, you know. And because of this, there will be this huge tendency for you to get into arguments and lose your temper. But I feel like Spirit is telling you keep that in check because it can bring you a lot of unpleasantness down the line. You know, you can create more enemies, you can create more conflicts and trouble for yourself. And we also have this Knight of Swords clarified by the Page of Pentacles, like I said, and clarified by the Queen of Cups. So I feel like definitely there's a clear message also here with this, like I said, this Eight of Pentacles that clarified the Justice, that you are risking losing opportunities because of your temper and maybe even getting into trouble with the law, like worst case scenario. So it's very important to keep yourself in check. Yeah, and I feel like some of you are very see here, look at this, the moon and back to the moon and back, number 51. So here we have again the number 6, which is ruled by Venus. I was just thinking about, all right, I'm going to hold that thought, okay. One at a time. But here we have the number of Venus, number 6, and here we have the number 6 again. So, and we have this like Two of Cups again. I feel like some of you are really longing for something emotionally. Like you might be longing for this, you know, strong connection, and it's going to happen, okay? I'm not trying to say that whoever you have a crush on right now, that's the person you're going to be with. But you do have this card that says divine timings, that says basically calm down and, you know, smell the roses here. Because things are happening, okay? You might be impatient and you might feel like you are ready, but it's like the universe decides when you are ready. It's like that message that says when the master is ready, when the pupil is ready, the master will appear. And yeah, the spirit is telling you that everything is happening in due time. You know, everything is going to happen when you are ready for it. So don't sweat and don't do anything impulsive and crazy because you are, you know, very obsessed with, let's say maybe you're obsessed with someone romantically, or again, maybe it's something professional or material that you want to achieve. See, this is another thing here, very specifically. Yeah, but no, I won't get into that, okay? Yeah, I've already explained this potential explanation here with the Knight of Swords and the Justice. But here, with the tree remembers, this is interesting because we have number 36 here, which boils down to a number 9. And we also have the number 9 here again. So for many of you, this is also reminding me of the World card, by the way. So for many of you, this could be about ending of a cycle, you know? Yeah, and also the King of Wands, like I said, is clarified through the Three of Pentacles and the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. Yeah, so it's very important for you in order to achieve your goals, right? But I see that for many of you, you might be trying to do your own thing, like start your own business or start something new, some new project. You're very self-motivated this year. But it's really important for you to learn cooperation, collaboration. Hello, Knight of Swords energy, right? Here we have the explanation for that Knight of Swords showing up. You need to learn to cooperate with people from different backgrounds, to communicate properly. You might even have to really work on your communication skills, like maybe learn a different language, for instance. Yeah, but whichever the case is, you need to cultivate this Queen of Cups energy as well, this King of Cups, right? Cultivate your emotional intelligence, learn how to deal with other people. It's going to be vital for you in order to develop your goals and your, let's say, your professional ambitions to the extent that you dream of them. And yeah, Page of Swords is further, enforcing the need for communication during this year, developing your communication skills, basically. Basically, it's like you have a lot of fire, a lot of masculine energy, but what I also see here is Spirit telling you that it's important to balance your drive and your masculine energy with a touch of subtleness, of sensitivity, of softness, and intuition as well, because of the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups showing up. Yeah, pretty much this is what I can see, alright, from the card. So I'm gonna hit pause for a bit and then come back with the astrological notes. Alright, so back pile number 2. Please apologize. Please excuse, sorry, my presentation here. I'm not in my usual setting, so I'm just going to use this bag here. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? What is the year 2024 going to bring for pile number 2? Oh man, thank God these aren't real candles. What is the year 2024 going to bring for pile number 2? Tell me, Spirit. Alright, I think that's enough. So, let's see. What do we have here? We have the 7th house. Wow, 7th house. So, yeah, some of you really might be meeting someone significant during this year that might turn into a serious long-term partner. 7th house is the house of marriage. 5th house is the house of romance. So, we have further confirmation of the 2 of Cups, but 5th house is also confirmation of the 6 of Cups, because it's about getting in touch with your inner child, a sense of innocence, doing things for fun. 2nd house, okay, this is the house of family of origin. It's also the house of the voice and the throat. 9th house is the house of travel, higher education, beliefs. Let's see, we have 6th house, the house of health and service and work. We have 2nd house again. All right, so the family of origin somehow is very important during this year. So some of you might be maybe healing some childhood wounds, or like you might be mending a relationship with a family member. We'll see. 8th house is the house of psychology, so that would further emphasize that theme of maybe going through your psychology, like understanding yourself. We have the 1st house as well, which is the house of the physical body. Let me see. We have Sagittarius. Okay, so we have that fire energy that I was talking about. We have Scorpio. All right. House of Scorpio going on as well. And we have Cancer. Okay, so we have water here as well. And we have Mercury, okay? Mercury and, wait, we have some more yellow cards here. We have Rahu, the North Node. And we have Mars. Okay, so more fire energy, like I said. So Mercury is that Three of Pentacles energy. So this is about the importance of communication and the Page of Swords and all that page energy as well. It's very youthful energy. We have Rohini, which is ruled by the moon and is falling in Taurus. We have Mula Nakshatra, which falls in Sagittarius, is ruled by Ketu. We have Purva Bhadrapada, which is ruled by Jupiter, falls in Aquarius and Pisces. We have Purva Ashadha, falls in Sagittarius, ruled by Venus. So we do have a strong fire energy definitely here. Revati, which falls in Pisces and is ruled by Mercury. And let's see, we have Uttara Falguni, which falls in Leo and Virgo and is ruled by the Sun. All right, so I'm going to look at all the potential interpretations of these energies. So in 2024, because we have the second house twice, like I said, I feel many of you are going to be healing some kind of a relationship within the family of origin. This could also be that somehow your diet is going to be particularly coming to the forefront somehow in this year. Some of you might be going to a nutritionist or something and, you know, sorting out your eating habits. You could be changing your diet radically because the second house is also how you eat. And it's also the house of the voice, and conversely, I mean, not conversely, implicitly, it also leads to communication. So I take it as a confirmation of what I said. Some of you might be really focused on learning how to communicate, developing your social skills, developing your emotional intelligence. Second house is also the house of savings and, you know, fixed assets. So again, some of you could be focused on saving money. You might be getting more money than usual. Like you might be able to save more during this year. You might also be getting maybe some gifts, even some windfalls happening. I also see that the face, somehow physically the face could be important. This could just mean that you might be, I mean, this could be both ways, either positive or negative. So, you know, maybe you might have issues with your teeth, for instance, more than usual, or you might have issues with anything to do with the face, like you might have to see a nose doctor or something, right? Stuff like that. That could be shown by the second house. The second and the eighth house coming out twice. The second house came out twice, and the eighth house came out as well. This shows, like I said, that some of you might be called to question things from your upbringing or from your family history. You might be understanding some things that you didn't understand earlier in life, let's say. Some secrets from your family of origin, some kind of a secret in general might be revealed to you this year that will give you more clarity over your life, maybe over yourself and your own psychology. Seventh house, like I said, this is about you potentially finding a long-term partner, getting into a long-term relationship. This could also be you being placed in positions where you have to address large audiences. You might have to work with people in one-on-one situations more often. So this is especially relevant, for instance, for people who are consultants or they are psychotherapists or something. You just might be getting more clients than usual. You also have the ninth house here. So this shows higher education is favored. Fifth house and ninth houses actually are connected to higher education. So I'm talking college level and above, actually master's degree and above. So this is a good time to pursue an education on this level, and also just pursue any kind of way to expand your knowledge. Actually, this is also a great year to travel. This is shown repeatedly. You might have more opportunities to travel than usual. We have Revati, we have fifth house, ninth house, all of these, and seventh house actually, and eighth house actually. So loads of houses that show travel is going to happen, right? You might have more opportunities than usual to travel. We also have sixth house. So this is interesting. This is a confirmation of the card that you got with health. So definitely your health is going to be at the forefront of your mind this year. So you might be really working towards healing, and you might find significant progress on your healing journey of some kind of ailments, whether those are like mental health issues or actual physical ailments. So you will be getting some kind of a breakthrough, but you do need to put in the work with this. I see that you're going to be working on developing healthier lifestyles and routines as well, which is definitely going to help you. We see transformation is a theme with respect to all of these topics here. So I see that there definitely could be an increase of financial abundance. So like I said, you might be getting more gifts, you might be getting windfalls. But I also see that you might be transforming literally physically. So this makes me think of that diet topic. Some of you might be going through weight loss, or I don't know, going to the gym, sculpting your body, stuff like that. So there could be some kind of a glow up happening physically. Working with kids could be a thing. This is really specific. Some of you might be called to teach, or you might be given teaching positions. Some of you are really moving towards doing something you love for a living, or you might have more opportunities to do what you love on a regular basis. Yeah, you might be, see how this resonates. So like some of you might be, let's say, starting a new hobby, like I said. So like I said, with that Ace of Wands energy and the Page of Cups. So some of you might be discovering some new hobby or passion that you hadn't known you had, or you might be reconnecting with some long lost hobby. And it might pay out in the long term. It might turn into something you make a living out of. This is really specific, but some of you could be getting a bank loan, or you might be paying off a bank loan. Some of you might be able to have kids this year. Maybe you might, if you're seeking to get pregnant, you might get pregnant. Or, if you've been seeking to adopt, you might be able to adopt, or somehow children might come to the forefront. You might be working with kids or something. This is a year when you are favored if you want to work with kids. Can I just say that? Young people are also going to come to the forefront of this year. We have Mercury, we have Mars. I mean, Mercury especially is about young people. Mars is showing all that fire energy, the Sagittarius and the Mars. So, and the Scorpio here. See, the Scorpio is that number 8 that came out, that 8 of Cups, and that Strength card underneath. So there's a lot of inner resilience. There's a lot of inner strength. There's a lot of emotional intelligence. And Scorpio is also like a reinforcement of the 8th house. So like I said, many of you could be getting in touch with some kind of a secret that you hadn't. I mean, obviously, if you didn't know about it, that's the definition of a secret. But something, something could be revealed to you that is going to change the way you view things, or something. Maybe especially connected to your family, or something that's going to help you understand your psychology better. The relationship to your mother could be particularly important, and to siblings this year, especially male siblings. You could be going to foreign lands. Rahu is a confirmation of that. You could be going to foreign lands, dealing with people from foreign cultures, or people who are just coming from very different backgrounds. And you're also going to have, like, if you're in social media, you're going to see an increase of your social media, increase of your reach and your visibility. And you're also going to be getting some flashes of brilliance this year, like I said. So, keep your eyes open to this, because you might be getting some opportunities. You have this Rahu energy here. So this could show, like, especially Rahu and Mercury, you could be getting some kind of really wild ideas for like a new business, or a new way to make money, or you could just be getting a new job opportunity that you hadn't thought about before. You may be something that's really outside of the box. I also see you're going to be favored if you are in very intellectual pursuits, if you are in any line of work where communication is important, dealing with all kinds of people from different backgrounds also. And, selling stuff as well, working in marketing, running your own business could be favored, right? So this is going to be a year when you're going to be juggling multiple activities, to be fair. I also see, though, that you have the stamina to go through with it. Sagittarius, like I said, is a confirmation. Rahu, Sagittarius, and a bunch of these, Revati as well, are confirmations of the fact that you're going to be traveling this year. I really feel that many of you are going to be traveling. significantly this year, or you're going to have a lot of opportunities. I mean, I'm not trying to say that you're going to be forced to travel, but there will be opportunities. And Mars, yeah, is that increase of stamina, of, strength. And also I feel like many of you are going to get into physical fitness, you're going to be seeking to build that muscle mass, your strength physically. And this is also entrepreneurial spirit, right? So you're going to have a tendency, I mean, you might be getting ideas to start your own venture or something, or just lean towards becoming more independent. Maybe not like totally quit your day job or something, but you might be getting more ideas for how to make your own sources, how to make your own money, how should I put it, without being employed, A brother figure could be particularly important for women, especially. This could be a significant year to meet a future spouse. For women or for gay men, basically anyone who dates men. All right. With the nakshatras that I have here, this is going to be a pretty transformative year. And like I said, it's not going to be devoid of hardships. We have Purva Bhadrapada, so this is a nakshatra that is about testing you. It's about testing your resilience and pretty much, burning your butt. It's like being thrown into the fire pit and having to make it on your own. I don't want to scare you, but actually, considering that you have this nakshatra, I'm guessing that you have already gone through significant hardships up until this point. I see that in this year, speaking of, the 8th house and the Scorpio, we also have Mula here. So I feel for many of you, you're going to be favored in research. Any kind of research activity this year is going to be favored. I also see, this is really specific, but some of you, considering the 2nd house and all this stuff here, some of you could really be getting into understanding your family history, your family lineage, maybe getting one of those DNA tests or something. That's just one random example, but I feel like somehow, in fact, maybe this is even an invitation from spirit to understand your history, your ancestral history or something, in order to understand your own psychology better. Yeah, but I see research is favored. I also see that you're going to be more charismatic, more attractive this year, because we have a lot of this attractive energy here. Maybe also because of the work that you're going to be putting towards, taking care of yourself as well. I also see a lot of stubbornness here. I also see that sorry, not astrology. No, I was going to say artistic careers are favored, or any kind of artistic endeavors, not just careers. Some of you could be very drawn to the sea, or something, activities involving the sea, maybe visiting the sea, even things like very specifically marine biology or something, working with sea animals and wildlife or something. Some of you could be getting, this is really random, but some of you could definitely be getting more compliments for your face. This could also be why the 2nd house came out twice. I mean, maybe some of you, like, your face is going to get prettier this year. Yeah, 2nd house came out twice. The face is going to get prettier somehow. You're going to be getting more compliments. I feel like your eyes especially are going to stand out this year. You're going to also have more opportunity to travel by plane. And this is really specific again, but some of you could be drawn to working in air travel. So this is, if this resonates, then it's a word of encouragement from spirit, like maybe working as a flight attendant or a pilot or something. These are things that are going to be favored this year. Getting in touch with spirituality, your faith. This is another thing. 8th house and Scorpio can also be the occult. So you're going to be getting more intuition during this year, but you're also going to be drawn more to the occult or esoteric forms of knowledge, like including astrology, tarot, but not only. But yeah, you might be drawn towards these things. Oh my god. And the Purva Ashada, to me, honestly, is kind of a confirmation of the Knight of Swords that came out twice. So you're definitely going to be more, how should I put it, spicy than usual. You're going to have this hot-bloodedness about you, and you might be more eager to get into fights, and you need to watch that, really, because you need to cultivate diplomacy in order to make things work, in order to reach your goals. All right, it's very important that you learn to, I was gonna say curb your enthusiasm, you know, like that Larry David show, but something along those lines, you know, it's like, don't be hot-headed, don't throw yourself head first, don't start arguments, you know, always think twice before saying something, because you might have a tendency to burn bridges without wanting to, because you say the wrong thing at the wrong time or you offend people. You know, this is totally random and I don't even know if I should say it, but it's a pretty sensitive topic considering what is happening in the world. But some of you could be called to defense, like could be called to literally working with weapons. This is really specific. Maybe some of you somehow need to hear this, so I'm going to say it because it popped up in my head, because Purva Bhadrapada and Purvashadha, both of them could be potentially linked to things like, let's say, being a weapon engineer, or, you know, working in defense, or working in, you know, crisis situations, stuff like that. And yeah, this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 2. And I hope that this is going to be useful. I can't wait to hear your feedback. And if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give or ideas for future videos that you would like me to do. Also, if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can email me at the email address in the video description. I will leave my my email address. You can email me and I can send you a pricing list with reading options. I can also send you some readings as examples, some private readings, just so you can see what they sound like, look like, you know, so you can catch my vibe. And also in the video description, I will leave a link to reviews I have gotten for private tarot readings if you're curious to see them. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel, which I will be linking in the video description as well as in the pinned comments. If you're curious about astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also have my tropical insights because I have been into astrology for a very long time, over 20 years now. And yeah, I started out with tropical, but I've been into Vedic mostly for the past roughly 10 years. Yeah, so check it out if you're curious about astrology. You can find out more details about all of these things here. And yeah, I would greatly appreciate it to see you there, right? So thank you for listening to this video, and I hope to see you at my next one. And I also hope you have a great 2024 and everything that you desire comes true for you, all right? Only the good stuff, right? Because sometimes people don't know what they want, or you know, they want things that are wrong for them. So yeah, all the good stuff. So thank you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this candy over here, the white and the gold. All right, so this is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you want to skip through it, because I will be taking my time. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the white candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? All right, these two wanted to come out. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the white candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring? Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the white candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the white candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? So let's see. We have self-sufficiency. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying, God is my source and I am willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. All right. Abundance. Divine Beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. I don't know. Should I put it like, oh, I think this is good enough. Oh, to the moon and back. Holy crap. This one came out for pile number 2. So if you felt drawn to pile number 2, you might want to check it out. But only if you feel drawn to it. Alright, so I'm going to be reading the description for this at the end after I select all the others. And we have Tiger, Fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Alright. And we have Goose, Inner Knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. And we have Glimpse, number 20. All right. Number 20, this makes me think of the Judgment card in the tarot deck, the Major Arcana. But, okay, we'll hold that thought. So, let me read the description for this card over here, number 51. So, desires, wishes, longings. Look at this woman sitting on a swing shaped like the moon. She gazes longingly into the distance as if she would like to be somewhere else. Although her skirt is made out of feathers, she stays seated and does not fly away. This card speaks about strong desires. Sometimes we crave what we don't have. Instead of taking action, we remain passive and let our dreams fall unknown. Let the powerful magic of the moon reveal any unpredictable desires. Nice. Interesting, because the full moon was just a few days ago, so I wonder if that's a thing. But won't dwell on that. Maybe that's why this moon card came out twice. Anyway, Spirit, tell me more about pile number 3, the people who chose the white and gold candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? What is the year 2024 going to bring for pile number 3? Tell me. How many is this? Yeah, that's 8. No. So let's see. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups. Whoa. Knight of Pentacles. 4 of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. The 7 of Pentacles. Loads of Pentacles. The Temperance. And the 6 of Swords. Nice. Let's see what else. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the white candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? Let's see. Wow, Judgment with the number 20. Didn't I say that this one reminds me of the Judgment card? All right, the Devil, okay. The 7 of Wands. The 7 of Pentacles again. The King of Pentacles. Dude, the Emperor. You have so many Pentacles and so much stability. The 10 of Pentacles again. What the heck is going on? And the High Priestess. All right, I need to do some clarifying here. Let me get some clarifying, because we have the 10 of Pentacles coming out twice here and here, and the 7 of Pentacles coming out twice. So I'm going to be doing some clarifications. Spirit, please clarify. First of all, I'm going to clarify this card because I need to. I have an itch. Please clarify this Oracle card here with number 20 and Glimpse. Please clarify this for me. Give me some energy here to clarify this. Glimpse. Okay, we have 5 of Pentacles. That's pretty grim. All right. Please clarify. Also, can I please clarify the 5 of Pentacles again, Spirit? Because I need to hear more. 6 of Wands. All right, now we're talking. Please clarify the 10 of Pentacles, Spirit. What is going on with the 10 of Pentacles? Wow, the Sun. Okay, the Sun. And please clarify the Seven of Pentacles, Spirit. Please clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. All right. Nice. So, pile number 3. Very intense, very strong messages. Spirit wants you to hear stuff. All right. Because, like I said, so this card over here came out with glimpse number 20. And I said, if you missed the shuffling phase, I'm giving you the summary here. So I said that this reminds me of the Judgment card. And then I also pulled out the Judgment card. And then I clarified this glimpse because I was curious if I would get the Judgment card again, but I didn't get the Judgment card. So what I did get was the Five of Pentacles, and then I clarified this one, and I got the Six of Wands. All right, just to let you know what these cards are doing here. Then we also got the Ten of Pentacles twice here. And then I clarified the Ten of Pentacles, and I got this, the Sun. All right, I'm going to add it here. And then I clarified the Seven of Pentacles, which came out here and here. And then I got the Ace of Swords. I got the Ace of Swords, all right? Just to let you know. And, I mean, these are kind of annoying me, so I'm going to add it. All right, I'm going to add the, I don't know if you can see it. You probably cannot see it. Crap. I don't know how to. I'm just going to add it here because you can see the Ace of Swords here. And I'm going to add this one here with the Sun. Can you see it? Can you see it? The Sun. All right. So let me break this down. Can I just say pile number 3, a lot of positive things are going to happen to you, for you in 2024. Don't tell the others, but this is like the best spread. I mean, so far. I haven't gotten to pile number 4 yet. But you have the Ten of Pentacles twice, and you have the Ten of Cups. Actually, one more clarification. I want to clarify the Devil here. Spirit, please clarify the Devil for me. Please clarify the Devil, Spirit. I need a... We have the Two of Wands. Please clarify the Two of Wands, Spirit. Please clarify the Two of Wands. I need one. We have the Wheel of Fortune again. Okay, spinning in circles, but... Yeah, so we have more clarifications here. Where should I put the... I'm going to leave them here. All right, we have the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Devil. So, what I was going to say is Ten of Pentacles coming out, being clarified by the Sun. You're definitely heading for an some kind of a major breakthrough in your career. In recognition, in finances. Some of you, I mean, since you have the Sun, which is a very independent energy, this is very positive, especially for those of you who are either working for government or working in creative activities or maybe in the military or any kind of activity that involves fire. Anything, like literally anything. Could be weapon engineer, could be making candles, could be, I don't know, firefighter maybe. So you could be favored, or anything that has to do with showing a lot of emotions, like dramatic arts, creativity, and all that stuff, especially for these fields, but not only, okay? So you're going to be getting more recognition in your career because the Sun is recognition. You're going to be getting more opportunities, like promotions maybe, because see, the number 10, the 10 of Pentacles, makes me think of Capricorn energy, the 10th house, which is about hierarchies, social hierarchies, recognition, career, profession. So I feel like, honestly, in this pile, not only, but I feel like for most of you, you are people that are pretty advanced in your career. Like, I feel like you're people who have been working for quite some time on something specific, you know, like either you have been working on building a business or you have been really perfecting yourself with respect to your skills. You know, you have some years as a professional in a particular field. I feel like this is especially your case, right? For people who have chosen this pile. Not only, so don't click away just yet, you know, but this is for most of you, right? So I feel like you have been working diligently towards something. So now you're going to be reaping the rewards for your efforts. But I also see, maybe for those of you who haven't reached this point, you have the Seven of Pentacles twice. So this, to me, this shows that you are being encouraged to continue on the path that you have been on up until this point. So if you have started working on something like, let's say, learning a new skill, maybe even you're in, even if you are, let's say, in university, right, and you're working towards, you know, developing your skills, but you don't have any real professional experience yet, this is a sign to keep doing the work, you know, keep grilling on that one goal that you have been grilling on, basically what I'm seeing. You have this very strong message, like this very strong pat on the back from Spirit, basically. You also have the Ace of Swords here, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. So to me, the Ace of Swords is about, you're going to be getting some great ideas. You're going to be having doors opening up for you intellectually. So this is especially true, again, for people who maybe have some kind of a job that is very much about abstract stuff. So ideas, concepts, like this could even be, you know, people who work in programming or something. But it has more to do with, you know, people who don't, you know, any kind of intellectual activity, to be honest. Not necessarily that people, I was going to say people who don't like work with their hands or something, but that's not necessarily true. But I am seeing predominantly for those who are working in intellectual fields, or you're working hard to acquire intellectual skills, that you are on the right track and that Spirit is telling you you should persevere, basically. Actually, we have, like, I just realized this, look at this. You have self-sufficiency and you have abundance. And you have glimpse here with the number 20. We clarified by the Five of Pentacles and then clarified by the Six of Wands. So I feel like this is a really clear message that many of you are moving away from financial struggle this year. So you have really struggled in the past, maybe even in the recent past, you have struggled financially. But this year, this is an end to that. This is you moving towards not just abundance, like it says self-sufficiency, you know. So this really, again, makes me think that many of you have been working on your own thing, or you have, even if you are, let's say, employed, you just have a job or something, you have been very diligent about managing your finances, and you're going to be reaping rewards from that. You also have, look at this, the King of Pentacles, and you have the Emperor. Holy crap, dude. Like, I just can't. I mean, you have so many cards that basically say, you know, it's like, I can't even, it's like, you know what? Spirit is basically saying, you're like so far ahead of the game. You know, you're like, everyone else is just struggling to catch up. And yeah, you have, and also these two images crack me up because both of them, they look so self-sufficient and like, you know, can't touch this. I'm getting that song by MC Hammer, Can't Touch This. This is what's playing in my head right now when I'm looking at these two pictures here. So pretty much, and also with the sun, I mean, hello, you are definitely gonna get some kind of major recognition, right? I'm going to shut up now before you get a big head about it. But you are bound to get some kind of significant recognition this year. And you also, look at this, you have the Temperance, and you have here the Ten of Pentacles, and underneath the Temperance. And the first time you have Ten of Pentacles and you have the Judgment underneath. Actually, I'm going to clarify the Judgment. Spirit, please clarify the Judgment card for me. The Nine of, I can't, could I potentially get any more Pentacles? Yeah, so we have Judgment and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Material gain. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. You're going to get material gain. So you're just going to come into money, honestly. It couldn't be more clearer. You're going to come into money, and I also see that something is going to happen, right? So you're going to be getting some kind of significant opportunity because of all the hard work that you have putting into your career or your profession or your skills. You are going to get more recognition. Maybe some of you are going to get a promotion. Some of you are going to get a better paying job. Some of you are going, maybe some of you are even going to get some kind of a windfall, you know, maybe play the lottery. What can I say? But I definitely see loads of money coming in, like a lot of material abundance here. And I see also recognition in profession. That is clear. See, the Judgment here with the Ten of Pentacles and the Judgment, one way to read this is that you are bound to experience some kind of growth in your career because it is written for you. All right, I know this is not something that a lot of people want to hear, even when it's positive, because people don't want to believe that they can control everything in their lives. But those of you who come from my astrology channel, you know my views probably, and you know that I do believe in this thing called karma. And you know, it's like, it could be like, for some of you, you are going to start a good cycle this year because a lot of the bad karma you have been carrying has cleared out. You know, so it's like you're getting an unblocking here with respect to good fortune and opportunities coming your way, right? So you're going to see an increase. However, one thing that I will say though is, even though there's a lot of abundance and everything coming your way, because you have an overwhelming energy of pentacles here, none of this is going to come easily, right? I should mention this, like, it's not, I mean, for the most part, right, you might definitely get some opportunity, like I said. So some of you, let's say, you could be getting a great job opportunity, but even if you get that opportunity, you're still gonna have to put in the work, because the pentacles are all about taking it step by step and, you know, grinding and showing up, literally, you know, showing up through perseverance, through effort, through seriousness, you know, showing that you are committed and all that stuff, right? So it's like, sure, the universe is going to open doors for you, but it's still up to you to do the work. That's what I wanted to say, because this is earth energy. So earth energy is not anything like, how should I put it? It's not going to be like some kind of a Big Bang situation, you know, where you have like, I don't know, like, I don't think actually that it's something like you're gonna win the lottery. I mean, you can buy that ticket, don't get me wrong, if it makes you feel better, but don't waste too much money gambling or anything. If anything, you might get a windfall, but it's gonna be like maybe enough to pay off for something, but it won't be like enough for you to live for 10 years without doing anything, you know what I mean? Because I still feel like you're being helped, because there's some kind of a higher plan here. You are being helped because you are meant to reach some kind of higher stage of development. And it's again, you're still being tested, and it's still up to you to do the work, like I said. But the judgment here is saying you're being divinely guided. Yeah. And again, we have the number 20 and the number 20 here. So, and also this number 20 with glimpse, I mean, it looks like a star here, but this also reminds me of the Sun card again. The Sun card over here, right? So again, makes me think of themes of recognition and shining. And also the Sun card can show increased enthusiasm and vitality, especially when it comes to matters connected to your professional life and your trajectory. But the 10 of Pentacles, to be fair, I mean, look at this. You have the 10 of Pentacles and you have the 10 of Cups and the Devil underneath. Okay, I'm gonna have to do one more clarification here. All right, so Spirit, please clarify the Devil for me. Please clarify the Devil card for me. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles. More Pentacles. Please clarify the Page of Pentacles for me, Spirit. The Knight of Cups. This is interesting. So here we have the 10 of Cups and we have the Devil, and we need the Page of Pentacles and then clarified by the Knight of Cups. This is showing me that this is not a time to, wow, you may not like what I'm going to say, but I think that what this is saying is that because you are so focused on your career, because you're so focused on your money, your finances, you know, getting the coin, you might, your romantic life might suffer here. The 10 of Cups shows, like, you know, happiness, fulfillment on a romantic level, like having a happy family, having children, having marriage, the full package, right? And the Devil underneath, clarified through the Page of Pentacles and then clarified through the Knight of Cups. This is kind of like, saying that your emotions are focused on money to a large extent. So you might be so focused on money that you may not see an opportunity for romance, or very specific, if you are in a relationship, you might be taking that person for granted, you know. I'm going to put this aside. But yeah, you might be taking that person for granted. So there is a danger here, especially for those of you who are already in relationships, because the 10 of Pentacles, sorry, the 10 of Cups already shows that you are, you know, in a significant relationship that is heading towards marriage, or that is already in marriage, or, you know, maybe you even have kids with someone. So this is showing that be careful that you don't get sidetracked by your desire for material success to the point where you ignore this person. You will ignore this person, you won't care about them anymore, and, you know, they might be feeling neglected, and, you know, there might be arguments because of that. This could also just mean that there could be addictions and bad habits getting in the way of a happy family for you. You know, so take that how it resonates. Addictions and bad habits could be just about anything, ranging from substance abuse to corn addiction. If you don't know what I mean, replace the C with a P, and you know what I mean. Or, you know, any kind of unhealthy habits, you know. Or it could even be just escapism or workaholism even, you know, because you have all this Pentacles energy. So I think maybe some of you are so, you know, you're using your career and your finances as a way to escape from emotional issues, right? So be careful that it doesn't blind you to what's really important to you in the long term. Yeah, you know, because you don't want to, like, it's like you don't want to reach the top of the mountain and be totally, let's say, totally alone, or realize that you have lost the people you care about the most, right? But like I said, I feel like this is especially a message for people who are already in relationships. For those of you who are not in relationships, this could be a message of, like I said, be careful that you don't miss out on a potential romantic partner that could turn into a long-term relationship, because you are so obsessed with, you know, getting the coin, getting your security and your material gain. Just a friendly piece of advice. All right, so we have Knight of Pentacles, we have Seven of Wands underneath. This is just showing again that you have been working very hard. So I feel a lot of intense energy being poured into finances and career here with the spread. So this is just showing again with the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands that you have been working on something for a long time. Like I said, this is my pile that is pretty workaholic here. I wouldn't be surprised if I would get some Saturn or Anuradha energy. Definitely, potentially a lot of Earth energy. I'm going to see what the astrological notes have to say towards the end. Whichever the case is, right, you have been working on something for a long, long time, and you are pretty defensive and pretty tired, but you are still hanging in there, right? You are still expecting to get that reward for your efforts, basically. We have the Four of Cups and we have the Seven of Pentacles underneath. Like I said, the Seven of Pentacles was clarified through the Ace of Swords. So to me, what this shows is that you should be careful to set boundaries here, right? So this is, I mean, I was going to say this is especially true for those who are self-employed, but it could also be true for people who are employed. So this could be, for instance, being careful that you are not overburdened with things that were not supposed to be your tasks, you know. This could be about you trying to set boundaries, at least, you know, with your employers. For instance, if they're throwing things on you, like on your shoulders, that are just not your responsibility at all. Because if you focus too much on doing everything, you're going to have less energy for working on the brilliant ideas that you could produce over here with the Ace of Swords, right? And if you are self-employed, it's about being careful not to waste too much time or energy on things that, again, may not bring you the rewards that you seek, or again, are just things that are more like distractions, and they're not in line with your true passions and your true vision, let's say, for your work, your business. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and it came out twice here as a clarification here for the Judgment. No, it didn't come out as a clarification for the Judgment. I forgot for which one it was. God damn. I think it was for the Ten of Pentacles, actually. Wasn't it? No. No, the Ten of Pentacles was the Sun. I forgot for which ones I clarified these. So we have the... Was it the Devil? Did I clarify the Devil twice? Oh my god. I forgot. So anyway, we have the Two of Wands here, and we have the Wheel of Fortune that came out. Whichever the clarification was, I don't remember right now, but I remember what I thought about it when it came out, and I can tell you that the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune as a clarification, and we also have here the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Pentacles. This can be interpreted in two ways. So this is either, see how this resonates, this could actually be about a relationship for some of you. This could be about something coming around again, you know. But it could be either a relationship or it could be a professional opportunity. We also have so much number 10, but I won't dwell there because we also have number 10 on the Wheel of Fortune as well. So again, number 10 is about Capricorn energy. It's about 10th house, but let me not dwell on that. So in any case, we have... like I said, so the Wheel of Fortune here with the King of Pentacles underneath, and we have the Two of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune underneath. So to me, this makes me think of you're gonna have a second opportunity to do something right and either reach abundance or get a relationship that you have wanted, right? So if this is about a relationship, there could be someone that you have already met that for some reason was not available to you at the time when you were interested in them or when you met, and they will become available maybe in this year, right? 2024. Somehow you will be reconnecting with this person. If not a romance, like I said, it could be a business opportunity, a business deal, or some kind of yeah, maybe even a partner that you wanted to have, like from a professional point of view. They might be coming around again. Or someone like changing their mind somehow. That could basically show what it shows. Could explain the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm gonna put this here. Okay. What else I wanted to say? All right. Yeah, the Temperance here. Did I say this? No. So we have the Temperance here, and the Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles underneath. So what I wanted to say is that this could be about you learning to blend two lines of work that are contradictory somehow. So I feel like, again, this is especially true for you, for those of you who are self-employed. You could be coming up with some ideas about how to blend two different areas of work, two different subjects. Or like, you know, somehow you could be finding some kind of a niche. That's basically what I'm trying to say, where you can be really successful. For those of you who are not self-employed, this could just be about learning to juggle multiple activities, or like learning to find that work-life balance, basically, you know, that is right for you, so that you don't become totally workaholic and isolated because you won't think about anything except work. And on the other hand, not focus on relationships that are not supporting your career growth to the extent that you would want them to support it. You also have so many positive, like with another thing that I wanted to say is that because the Wheel of Fortune came out twice, and you also have the Six of Swords here, there's this very strong message that you are leaving hardship behind. So the wheel is turning in your favor, basically. You also have this to some extent with the Five of Pentacles that came out and the Six of Wands underneath, right? So you're leaving behind the hard times, basically. You know, you're leaving the hard times. You are opening up the door for abundance. And my favorite message here, Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor underneath, right? So basically, with patience, with perseverance, you sticking to your guns, and, you know, working hard, really cultivating the necessary skills that you have to cultivate, you are going to reach this emperor status, you know. So this once again makes me think of Capricorn Saturn energy. So reaching this high professional development, basically this position of respectability, which is really great. Yeah, you also have the tiger and fire. So I wouldn't be surprised if I get Chitra or Vishakha nakshatras here with the astrological notes. But yeah, this is pretty much what I see with respect to the cards. I'm going to get to the astrological notes in a bit. Alright, so let's see, pile number 3. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? I apologize for, the setting, but this is what I can do. Spirit, tell me, what is pile number 3 going to get in 2024? What is coming towards them in 2024? Tell me. Alright, I think that's enough. Let me get the notes. We have 11th house. This is the house of gains. Not surprising, because you definitely have a lot of gains. We have 8th house. Okay, so this is the house of transformation. We have 7th house. This is the house of marriage. We have, what's this? 4th house. Okay, house of the home base. Maybe some of you are getting into real estate, or you're going to get some gains in real estate. We have 4th house again. Okay, very strong message. We have 10th house. Oh my god, confirmation of all the number 10s and all the pentacles, and 10 of pentacles coming out twice. Not surprising. Let me see what else is going on. We have Leo. There's the sun energy. We have Pisces. We have Sagittarius. We have Scorpio. We have Taurus. Okay. Finally, some earth energy confirmations. We have Virgo. There we have the earth energy coming out. We have Jupiter. Makes sense. Planet of abundance. And we have the moon. All right, so the 4th house came out twice and the moon came out twice. So there's something strong about the home base going on. Purva Vajrapada. All right, ruled by Jupiter. Shravana falls in Capricorn, ruled by the moon. So we do have the Capricorn energy coming out as well. Dhanishta falls in Capricorn and Aquarius, ruled by Mars. We have Rohini falls in Taurus, ruled by the moon. Hefty earth energy. Satabhishak falls in Aquarius, ruled by Rahu. Let's see. We have Uttarashadha falls in Sagittarius and Capricorn. So we have like the entire sign of Capricorn covered here, right? Ruled by the sun. So here we have the strong sun energy. We have Ashlesha falling in Cancer, ruled by Mercury. We have Swati falling in Libra, ruled by Rahu. What is going on? We have Magha falling in Leo, ruled by Ketu. So much sun energy. We have Pushya falling in Cancer, ruled by Saturn. So here we have the Saturn going on. And last but not least, we have Hasta falling in Virgo, ruled by the moon. So let me break this down. So we have the 10th house, very strong confirmation that there's something going on with something major happening in your career in this year. All right, so I definitely see higher level of abundance, higher level of success, recognition. We have the 4th house coming out twice. So this shows that somehow the home base is going to require your attention. Since the 4th house is real estate and vehicles, some of you could be gaining significantly in these areas. Maybe you're moving to a better home, a better area or something. Maybe you're investing in real estate, or you could be getting better vehicles, you know, a nice car or something like that. I see the 8th house. Let's see. Yeah, the 8th house is transformation, so there could be some transformation happening to any of these areas over here. So again, this could be getting a better home, a better car, but it could also be getting, you know, some huge advancement in career. But since we also have the 7th and the 8th house, this could also be like something happening with your relationship status. Again, see how this resonates. Some of you could meet a significant other. We did have the 10 of Cups, so see how this resonates. Like I said, maybe some of you are actually going to get married this year if you have been in a relationship already. If not, it is possible that some of you are going to meet someone significant, maybe even in a context related to profession or something formal because of all the pentacles happening. We have the 11th house, which is transformation. It could also be that the relationship with elder siblings is going to be prominent this year as well. And you're also going to see an increase of your social circle and your popularity. And yeah, you might be getting new friends, or you might be meeting your friends more often. We have the moon here, we have Jupiter, so we have expansion of, again, this could literally be expansion of your home or expansion of real estate, or you could be getting more opportunities financially, materially. We have so much earth energy. Like I said, we have Taurus, Virgo. We also have Capricorn because the entire sign of Capricorn showed up here in the nakshatras. So all of the earth signs are represented. So there's a lot of focus, like I said, on materialism, on taking things step by step, working hard towards your goals. And I definitely feel like Spirit is telling you, you know, this year is a year of perseverance, of, you know, keeping your eyes on the prize, and you will be rewarded for your hard work, definitely. You also have Pisces here, which is like, we also have Pisces and Scorpio. So again, this makes me think of that 10 of Cups energy. And so I'm seeing that emotions are also very important. So even though you have massive opportunities coming in with respect to your career, I see that emotions are not far behind. Like your emotional life is pretty important to you as well. And I feel like, again, some of you could actually be meeting someone significant as well. And I also see that with the Scorpio, you're going to be really resourceful, really resilient. With Pisces, I see that your intuition is going to be strong, your imagination is going to be strong. So I also see a recurring theme of what I have seen through the cards, that you might be getting flashes of creativity, of intuition coming to you that is going to help you create more abundance and maybe get a good job or start better business, right? We also have all this fire energy. That's a lot of self-motivation, a lot of vitality. Jupiter is faith and optimism, so you're going to have an increase of optimism and faith. And Jupiter, for instance, Jupiter conjunct the moon. It's interesting that these two planets came together because this is one of the strongest yogas for wealth in Vedic astrology. It's called the Gajkestri yoga. So yeah, like, look, I'm very curious to see what is going to happen for you in 2024. Please come back and comment on this video once you have reached, I don't know, some kind of abundance or some promotion or something. But yeah, I definitely see so many recurring messages of you getting more money, more abundance. And also Jupiter conjunct the moon is also showing that you're going to have a good mood throughout this year. So better mental health, better optimism, faith, and, you know, overall joy and happiness, basically. Let's see. We have also, we have the Leo. So like I said, a lot of sun energy, a lot of vitality, a lot of confidence, and potentially recognition as well. With Magha here showing up and Leo, this shows that you will be gaining more recognition, more visibility, potentially even fame to some extent. Obviously, this could be fame within an organization, or again, fame for your business or something. But I do see an increase of your popularity this year. Swati also reinforces this. You might, especially on social media, you might be getting more of a following with Swati and with Magha. Danishta as well. Danishta shows fame as well. and Satabishak. So you might become really popular and you might be recognized. This is really specific for some of you. You might be recognized as a healer or someone who is very strong in spiritual knowledge. Hasta shows something to do with hands. Like you might be picking up a hobby where you are using your hands a lot, or maybe even learning an instrument or something, or you might become known because of these things somehow. But Hasta and Shravana showing up being ruled by the moon, and you also have the moon here. This just shows that you're going to be really creative. You're going to be really in touch with your intuition. Since we have mostly positive energies here, we also have Jupiter and the moon. So I don't see moon as being like the negative connotations, like total confusion or something. I mean, there might be a little bit of hesitation or some back and forth happening on your part, but I mostly see that the moon is taking on the positive expression here of bringing inspiration, creativity, and a sharp intuition. This could even give you like that strong business instinct of knowing how to make the right choice, the right decision at the right time. Yeah, pretty much. And let's see, we also have Rohini here, which is showing creativity is going to be strong as well. And you're going to be known for your looks this year, pretty much. You're going to be attracting more attention. We have Rohini, Dhanishta, Purva Bhadrapada. Let's see. Yeah, we have a lot of nakshatras that show attractiveness, charisma. So a lot of people are going to see you as more attractive, really. You might be attracting a new suitor as well. And Pushya as well. Like Pushya for women, this shows that you come across as very kind of feminine and sensuous and romantic. Yeah, so a lot of people are going to find you attractive, definitely. And Ashlesha, yeah, this is really more specific, but some of you, if you have had ailments, you're going to heal them this year. You're going to be focusing on being, first of all, healing yourself, but also potentially healing others. And you might be favored if you work in healing professions. You're also potentially favored if you are working in any kind of creative activity. I see dancing and music especially standing out here. Maybe even, like I said, playing an instrument. So if you have considered taking up these things, this is a good year to do that. Yeah, pretty much. This is what I see for you, honestly, pile number 3. Overall, some very, very good positive energies. So I really hope that this year is going to turn out everything that the cards said for you. Yeah, and if you have liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. Click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, please comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give, and come back during the year because I want to hear how this progresses. This is really interesting. All right, and yeah, also if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. You can email me for a list of prices and reading options, and I can even send you some readings I have done for people as example, so that you can check out my vibe if you're interested in all that. Also, in the video description, you can find a link to reviews I have gotten before for private readings if you're curious to see them. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel, and I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also dabble in tropical astrology from time to time, and I use insights from tropical astrology. And I have been into astrology for more than 20 years up until this point, in Vedic astrology for roughly 10 years. So I mostly focus on Vedic astrology, but like I said, I have a pretty broad view of all kinds of astrological systems, basically. And yeah, if you're interested, go ahead and check it out in the video description. I will leave the link also in the pinned comment. So if you're curious about astrology, if you want to find out more about all of these things over here, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. So I hope you have a great 2024, and I also hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 4. This is your reading if you have chosen this brown candy. Well, the candy in the brown wrapper. This is going to be the card selection phase, so I'm going to add timestamps. You can skip through it if you don't want to sit through it. Let me see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 4? The people who chose the brown candy. What is the year 2024? gonna be like for them. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 4? The people who chose the brown candy, this candy over here, what is the year 2024 going to bring for them? Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 4? The people who chose the brown candy. All right. And let me get some of this. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 4? The people who chose the brown candy. What is the year 2024 going to bring for them? All right. I apologize for any background noise, but I'm not in my usual setting. So, striving. Eventually, the individual ego's drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answers as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. Change. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. Very nice. All right. And we have Wolf, Pathfinder. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Okay. And Hummingbird, Miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Nice. And Weaving Flowers. Okay, number 33. I'm going to read the description for this at the end. And we have number 25, Mirage. Interesting. Okay. Let me read the description for this. Weaving Flowers from the booklet. This is the booklet. Let me see. Number 33. Creator, art of the universe, integration. Here we see a woman gathering the delicate petals of blossoms and making them into flowers. It seems like she is weaving them together, bringing a greater whole into being. She is calm and concentrated on her work. This woman is a creator. She draws from the petals falling from the sky and growing from the earth. Inspiration is all around. Gather it up to create a new whole. All right, very nice. Something about creation happening this year for you. Let me see what the cards have to say. Spirit, tell me, what is pile number 4 going to experience in the year of 2024? What is the year 2024 going to bring for pile number 4? Spirit, tell me, what is 2024 going to bring for my pile number 4? How many is this? Yeah, one more. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? So let's see. We have Page of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, Queen of Swords, 8 of Cups, 6 of Wands, 2 of Wands. All right, let me get more cards. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 4? In the year 2024, what is coming their way? What is going to happen for them? All right, we have 4 cards. Spirit, what's going to happen for pile number 4? Tell me in the year 2024, the people who chose the brown candy. So we have the 8 of Cups again, the 2 of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the King of Cups, the Two of Wands again underneath the Two of Wands. Unbelievable. Wow. Very strong messages. Like, I've gotten strong messages for all of the piles, honestly, in today's reading. So Spirit is definitely wanting people to know some stuff here. I'm going to get some clarifications here. So first of all, I want to clarify, what are the two potential paths shown by the Two of Swords? Because the Two of Swords usually shows a crossroads. Tell me, Spirit, what are the two potential paths shown by the Two of Swords? One of them is death, all right? The other one is the Queen of Swords. And I think we also, yeah, we have the Queen of Swords here. This is really, really interesting, okay? Coherent messages here. They are tied together. Another thing is I want to clarify the Eight of Cups because the Eight of Cups came out twice. Please clarify the Eight of Cups for me, Spirit. What? Wow. All right. Two of Swords. I understand. Yeah, I'm getting the picture here. Please clarify the Two of Wands here, Spirit. Please clarify the Two of Wands. We have the High Priestess with the number 2 as well. All right. So, pile number 4, very intense. So, I'm going to give you the short of it if you didn't watch the card selection part. So, you got the Eight of Cups twice. You have the Eight of Cups here and the Eight of Cups here. And I clarified the Eight of Cups and I got the Two of Swords, which also came out, right? The Two of Swords came out and I clarified the two potential paths shown by the Two of Swords, which are the Queen of Swords and the Death card, right? I don't know where to put these. I'm gonna leave them here for now. And yeah, and so I clarified the Eight of Cups, clarified to through the Two of Swords. And then you also had the Two of Wands twice, and I clarified it, and I got the High Priestess, which is also a number 2. So let me give you, I'm going to start with the first messages that stand out. Clearly, for many of you, this is a transformative year. You have Pathfinder here, you have Wolf with Pathfinder, you have Change here, you have Mirage with number 25, which boils down to a number 7 in numerology. And you have this weaving flowers about gathering creativity and inspiration from any source you can get. So there's definitely a message here of change is happening for you, but you're also going to have to be an active participant in it. So I see that it's going to require an actual decision on your part and basically strong action. I see that you are leaving behind a painful past because you have the Eight of Cups twice. So first you have the Page of Swords and the Eight of Cups underneath, and then you have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Wands underneath. So clearly this tells you that in this year, 2024, the path is clear for you energetically. It shows that you are leaving behind, some emotional heaviness, some disappointments. The Eight of Cups speaks about painful occurrences in life, basically. Anything that has left a deep emotional scar. So this could be a relationship, it could be disappointments in career, anything that has just led to, you having to leave something painful behind. And the good message is that you have everything it takes to recover from this painful episode because you have the Eight of Wands, which shows that the path is clear for you energetically. You can manifest whatever it is you want. So the message here is that you need to stick to your guns, basically. You need to, you need to keep your eyes on the prize. Let me not bring guns into the discussion. This candle is annoying me because it keeps going out. It's electronic anyway. So, basically, you can manifest, like I said. So as long as you keep your focus on the things you want to achieve, you're going to get there. And I also see swiftness happening. So I feel like as soon as you are entering this year of 2024, new opportunities are awaiting and things can happen very quickly as long as you are able to spot opportunities, and you are decisive in your actions. You don't hesitate, basically, because, yeah. This could also literally be travel for some of you. So see how this resonates. Some of you could be traveling maybe early on in the year of 2024. So like in the first half or so. And so we have this Eight of Wands, yeah, clarifying it. And then I also clarifying it as in it's sitting underneath it. But then I also clarified the Eight of Wands, and I got this Two of Swords, which speaks of two potential things. Either that you are at a crossroads, which is actually in line with everything else in this spread. So I feel like many of you, you're going to have to make some kind of a major decision. And most likely it's going to be a decision between two separate paths that you have to take in life, right? Or just picking a certain path, right? I also see this like reaffirmed with the Wolf Pathfinder card, basically. And the Two of Swords then was clarified through the Queen of Swords and the Death card. So the Queen of Swords, underneath it, it also appears here, and underneath it we have the King of Wands. And then we have the Death card, right? So I feel like your option is between, obviously, sticking to your comfort zone, actually. And also the Queen of Swords, in its negative expression, speaks of a little bit of analysis paralysis. So this is a person who can be pretty rigid and does not easily embrace change, especially when it comes to new ideas, new ways of doing things. Because the Queen of Swords is basically Aquarius energy, and Aquarius is a fixed sign. So fixed signs in astrology are known for not really readily embracing change, you know? So to me, it's pretty clear here that Spirit is telling you, you can have a choice between sticking to your comfort zone and doing things that you have been used to doing them, right? Also, I feel like you have a certain amount of things to lose by embracing change, which is probably going to make this decision quite difficult, because you have the Queen of Swords clarified by the King of Wands, which makes me think that maybe some of you have a certain position of comfort, maybe even status. This could be materially, this could be within a relationship, maybe that brings you status. See how this resonates. And so you have something to lose by leaving your current situation. But if you do choose to leave it, you are looking at major transformation. And ultimately, this transformation could lead to a much better place. And I feel not just that it's a much better place, but it's actually going to lead to an authentic place, you know, someone that is you becoming you, as in you becoming the person that you are meant to be, you know what I mean? So this is how I would clarify it. So I'm going to put these aside because I don't really need them much. So another thing is, let me see. Yeah, so the Two of Wands here, it's really interesting that you have so many number twos. Number two in numerology is connected to the moon, and the moon is the mind and the personality. Especially in Vedic astrology, it is very much connected to the mind. So I feel like, again, because of this symbolism, there's an emphasis on the fact that you are going to have to make up your mind about something. You're going to have to make some kind of a major decision in this year. And this is further reinforced here with the Two of Wands showing up twice and clarified by the High Priestess, which is also a number two and very much connected to the moon energy, because the High Priestess to me is kind of like an elevated type of moon energy. It's about developing, it's about high intuition, basically. It's about you learning to trust your intuition. So again, the Two of Wands shows hesitation, you know? It's kind of like you are sitting on the fence and you really want something that is way outside of your comfort zone, you know? See how this guy is like holding the globe, and he is longingly staring into the distance at potentially ships going by, you know? So this is about wanting to leave a situation, but feeling maybe not ready yet. Again, could be that you are feeling like you might lose too much by leaving a situation. So it's basically this energy of hesitation. But having the High Priestess underneath, this shows that you will make the right decision if you follow your intuition, if you follow your gut instinct. I wouldn't be surprised if many of you have strong Ketu energy, if you come from my astrology channel, Ketu is the south node of the, if you don't come from my astrology channel, Ketu is the south node of the moon, and it's the co-ruler of Scorpio in Vedic astrology, so it's very much connected to intuition, the sixth sense. It's, people who have strong Ketu are people that just have a very good intuition, and in many ways, they are better off basing their decisions on, gut feelings and intuition as opposed to reason. Now, it does depend. Obviously, this is a general reading, so maybe it's not for everyone. But yeah, for some of you, this is definitely a strong message. And in fact, irrespective of what your horoscope is, the message here is that you are supposed to base this decision on intuition. And the High Priestess is not just about intuition, but it's also about, again, choosing wisely, having this mature view. And basically the High Priestess is kind of a wise woman energy, this could even be about actually consulting with maybe a female figure or someone who has a developed feminine energy, who has a lot of life experience, has this kind of wise energy, has a developed intuition, consulting about a major decision about what is right for you, Another way to interpret, though, the Two of Wands is that this is a year when you might be given a second chance at something. So again, see how this resonates, considering the fact that you have this Eight of Cups here. This could be about maybe a relationship that has ended in the past. You might have a chance to rekindle that. See, again, take it how it resonates. If you don't want to rekindle, I'm not trying to say that you should. So basically this, as I said, yeah, you might have a second opportunity. So again, this could be about career. For some of you, this is really specific. Maybe in the recent past, you have tried to maybe get a job at a particular company, or maybe you have tried to get into a particular university and you weren't admitted, for instance. This could be a hint from the universe that you're going to be luckier the second time around. Okay? Now, again, I really feel like this depends a lot on individual situations. This is why I mentioned it's a general reading. So again, it could be for some of you, it could literally be about a person. Maybe you have met some kind of romantic interest that you really wanted something with, you wanted to start a relationship with them, but it didn't happen. So you might get a second chance in 2024. Like maybe you're going to reconnect with this person, you might reconnect with this person. So it depends on individual situations. But yeah, this is a message that you might be successful the second time around. Another, we have a lot of positive messages here, loads of positive messages. This one really stands out to me, and it goes hand in hand with a lot of the messages I've already seen. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Wands underneath. See, the Queen of Wands is a card that speaks of having a shadow side. And it's also interesting to me that you have both the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, which to me speaks of you having a pretty balanced nature. I feel like you have, how should I put it? Like a nice balance between masculine and feminine energies, between your animus and anima, as Jung would put it. But I think the feminine in your case is the one that it needs a little bit of healing here, because you have the Queen of Swords and you have the Queen of Wands. Both of these are, energies that speak of a little bit of the negative sides of femininity, if that makes sense. So the Queen of Swords is a kind of woman that has been traumatized somehow, bruised by life, and has shut down emotionally. This is why the Queen of Swords in its negative expression speaks of being hyper vigilant, hyper rational, not trusting intuition, which makes sense considering the cards that came out for you here. So there's a message here of you needing to open up a little bit and trusting more, and trusting your emotions and your intuitions first and foremost. Like you could be someone who's just hyper rational, no crap, no BS sort of person. And it's like, it makes me think of that line from Jerry Maguire, "Show me the money." You don't do anything unless you see the gain in it. And Spirit is warning you not to be like that, right? So going back to this Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands speaks of having a shadow side. So the Queen of Wands is more proactive and less analysis paralysis than the Queen of Swords, but it still speaks of potentially acting from a place of trauma or hurt and having a side of you that is sabotaging, you know, basically being self-sabotaging somehow. And because it falls underneath the Ace of Pentacles, this makes me think that one interpretation is be careful that you might sabotage yourself outside of a, you know, not outside, you might sabotage yourself out of a great opportunity. And this is especially relating to finances and career. Ace of Pentacles, something that could potentially increase your chances of professional development, of financial development, right? So be careful that you don't talk yourself out of a good opportunity. This is what it's telling me. It's also a good idea with the Queen of Wands to take some time to analyze yourself, maybe go to therapy or something like that. Basically try to understand that potential self-sabotaging side of you and what it wants, and, you know, maybe doing parts work. I mean, if you're into that. And let's see, what else do we have here? We also have here the Page of Swords and the Eight of Cups underneath, yeah. So this is telling me that you were really idealistic about something. So this makes me think, for many of you, that this is about some affair of the heart. This is about some kind of emotional issue. It's really wild how these cards kind of mirror one another. Look at this. Because we have here Mirage with number 25, and there's this person walking through the desert, and we have the moon over here. The moon is like, what is that? Or is that a sun eclipse? In any case, and here we have this kind of similar symbolism between these two cards. So this could be some kind of a disappointment that you have gone through of, you know, believing something was better than it actually was. And then again, we have the moon here, but we have the moon reversed and looking sad as well. The messages are so obvious here. So it's like and it's interesting here because, like, the second time around that the Eight of Cups shows up in this spread, we have a more optimistic looking Eight of Cups. You know, we have more of a sun here, and kind of like the fog is dissipating, or the clouds are clearing out. And we have this guy who's like sitting and pondering on something, right? So the message here is, again, you have gone through some kind of disappointment. I feel like maybe you felt duped by someone. It could be like an emotional disappointment, but this could also, again, to some extent be connected to career, right? Or it could be just, you know, even about romantic, sorry, not romantic. It could be about, let's say, a friendship even, or any kind of relationship where your feelings were hurt, basically. This is the message, you know? And I feel like you are in this energy of, Page of Swords to me is kind of like youthful, enthusiastic, romantic, like Peter Pan sort of energy. This might even be, I mean, this is super specific, but some of you could have even, you know, wished on a star or like done magic to attract this person or to keep this person interested, because we have this little girl in the woods with a book. You know, she's clearly doing some magic stuff. I mean, understandably, because this is the Greenwich Tarot. It's like, you know, something really got you wound up, got your emotions flaring up, and got you enthusiastic, only to get disappointed right after that. So this is like making me think that for many of you, this is some affair of the heart. And obviously, you're going to have a chance to move away from this really quickly. Things are going to look better as the year progresses. And my guess is you're not going to have to wait long. Probably within the first few months of 2024, you might be so over this. So this is either, again, for some of you, someone you're going to have a chance to rekindle a relationship with because of this Two of Wands, especially if this is some kind of a romantic interest. But for others of you, it's just you're going to move on emotionally. You know, you're going to be enthusiastic about other things and be interested in your own projects, or maybe find someone else or something. You know, you're moving on pretty quickly here with the Eight of Wands. This is what I'm seeing. You also have an overwhelming number of 8 and number 6 in this spread. You have the Six of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles. You also have, here we have the number 33 with weaving flowers, which is also boiling down to a number 6. And you also have the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, Yeah, you have the Eight of Cups twice. You also have the 10. So the number 8 and the number 10 to me are Saturn energy and Scorpio / Capricorn energy. And the number 6 is Venusian energy. So to me, this shows that you're going to be gaining, you're going to be growing on the one hand, both in career and in like personal relationships. Venus is very much focused on money and diplomacy and the finer things in life. So I see that happening. But then you also have the number 8, which shows that you will be tested, you will have to persevere, you will have to have endurance, you will have to be thorough. I feel like, especially when it comes to your career, if you want to see progress, you have to be steady. You know, slow and steady wins the race. You also have this 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords underneath. See, another way to read this is that someone might be coming into your life to help you with your career. You might run into, I mean, again, this is very general reading. I'm going to see if I get more specific messages in the astrological notes. But since it's a very general reading, this could be anyone. You know, for some of you, this could be a friend. This could be like a mentor. You might be meeting a mentor or something. Also, the 2 of Swords came out twice. Let's not forget that. Also, as a clarification for the 8 of Cups. So the 2 of Swords just can show you might get outside help from someone when it comes to, on the one hand, when it comes to leaving a painful chapter of your life behind, and also when it comes to something that is going to bring you to the next step in your career, but also in your life path overall, because the 10 of Pentacles speaks of not just career, it also speaks of family and legacy, you know, so it's kind of like the full package, basically. I feel like you're going to be getting some help from the outside, you know, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your, yeah, when it comes to your career. See how that resonates. I feel like for this pile, many of you are still pretty confused when it comes to your career path, or it's like you want things but you don't know how to get them, and you might be, yeah, you might have a lot more opportunities in 2024 to move from a place where you felt stuck. So 5 of Swords here and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, I need to clarify some stuff here. Spirit, please clarify the 5 of Swords for me. We have the King of Wands again. Spirit, please clarify the King of Wands for me. 7 of Cups with illusionary success. So we have the King of Wands again, clarified through the 7 of Cups, and this is clarifying the 5 of Swords here. Yeah, the message is pretty clear here. I feel like many of you, I mean, you're too stuck in a comfort zone. Either you're too stuck in a comfort zone, and or you still have a lot of ego. Your ego is blinding you from seeing the truth about a situation. You have the King of Wands and 7 of Cups clarifying it. You're someone who might be easily sidetracked by every new thing that, like, every shiny new thing that shows up in your life, you know, because you want the finer things. You might have, also, since the King of Wands falls under the Queen of Swords, this again makes me think that this is feeding into your analysis paralysis. It's like you think you have so many options, you know, you are sitting there pondering, like, which way should I go? Which opportunity should I go for? Or maybe which kind of romantic partner should I go for? But you're, in the meantime, basically, you're not making any progress because you're not making a decision, you know? And this is why this is clarifying the 5 of Swords, because the 5 of Swords is actually a card that speaks of defeat. So the way that I read this is you want to protect your ego from defeat. You have probably gone through, maybe even in recent history with the 8 of Cups energy here, you have gone through some kind of painful defeats, you know, painful experiences where maybe you felt, again, you felt totally defeated. You felt like your ego, your pride was bruised severely, and you are doing everything in your path to avoid to avoid this situation in the future. But you need to understand that this kind of mentality is only keeping you stuck, and it's only keeping you basically away from the things you really want, from real happiness. And we have the Six of Pentacles underneath, which to me shows that once you get over this, you know, this Five of Swords energy and this fear of getting bruised and hurt, you're going to learn that you actually have a lot to offer, number one. And this could be about you literally becoming a teacher. So this could be like many of you have considered either teaching or learning something new recently, right? So this could be like if you have considered getting a job as a teacher, for instance, but you were afraid of, let's say, what are people going to think? Or maybe you're afraid that you're not going to make it, right? You don't want to, maybe you have social anxiety, for instance, even when it comes to online mediums, right? You might have social anxiety. You might be like, what if people are not going to like me? You know, I'm not going to get any clients. I'm not going to get any students. So there's something holding you back from pursuing this. And or conversely, you could feel the same way about learning new skills, because the Six of Pentacles, this is about sharing knowledge. So this could be like you thinking, oh, why should I? Maybe I'm too old to start, I don't know, studying something, maybe getting into college, or taking another course, or what if I fail at this? What if I also fail at this, or something like that? You know what I mean? So I feel like this is really keeping you stuck in this vicious circle of analysis paralysis, and really Spirit is telling you that the only way out of this is to make a decision and stick to it. You know, this is why you have this really indecisive energy overall in this spread repeated. Like you have the Two of Wands, the Two of Swords. You know, you also have this Five of Swords, which speaks of kind of fear of failure, you know. So this is something you need to work through, and this is maybe potentially your self-sabotaging side here that is keeping you from progress, must say. And last but not least, we have the Six of Wands and we have the King of Cups here. This is great, really. See, I feel like if you do the work, this is a potential positive outcome. We have the Six of Wands is speaking of, first of all, there are great successes heading your way, provided that you do the work, provided that you make a decision and you stick to it. You will reach some significant success, maybe some significant milestone in this year, right? And it's also a card that speaks of you always reminding yourself of the things you do right, right? As opposed to beating yourself up and maybe, you know, running a lot of critical voices in your head. Instead of doing that, maybe make a list of, you know, all the things you have achieved up until this point, let's say, in your life, and go over it, let's say, every day, or at least every week, you know. Because everyone, no matter who you are, no matter what you have done in your life, you have achieved some things. There are things you have overcome, right? So these are things you need to focus on. You need to, instead of like tearing yourself down about maybe the one mistake you made, or even if you made like multiple mistakes, doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, Spirit is telling you, focus on the things you did right. You know, praise yourself without getting a big head about it. But just be realistic and don't feed this narrative to yourself that, oh, I'm such a failure or something, or that, oh, I'm going to screw up at this, I just know it, or something like that, right? So because I feel like many of you have this hypercritical inner voice. I see this with the Queen of Swords, I see it with the Queen of Wands, and all the other cards that have come out, Five of Swords especially, right? So the Spirit is telling you to be more positive and to heal yourself emotionally. And also, the King of Cups is an energy of emotional intelligence, of becoming a true leader, someone who inspires others, and also someone who is a wise figure that others turn to for advice, someone who is good at motivating others, maybe someone who is good at sharing spiritual knowledge as well. So that would explain the High Priestess energy that came out here as well, you know. So this is like your potential over here. This is your potential by the end of the year, becoming someone who is successful and reaching a respectable position. And most importantly, it's not even about what position you reach or how much money you make by the end of the year, but most importantly, what you stand to gain by sticking to your decisions and, you know, being true to yourself, and being responsible, let's say, you know, just owning what your mistakes are, owning what your successes are. That is how you gain true self-mastery, and that's how you gain, you know, confidence, basically, real confidence that does not rely on other people's approval and, you know, other people's opinions or outside success and how much money you make and all that stuff, which, you know, as long as you stick to asking for outside validation from others, you're always going to feel like you're not enough. You're always going to feel like, you know, you're not really getting to a place that you want to get to in life. And instead, you're going to keep hovering around, hoping that other people are going to approve of your decisions and they're going to support you no matter what or something. But basically, Spirit is telling you that success is lying at, you know, it's lying in self-mastery. It's lying in you owning yourself, owning who you are, basically, knowing yourself. So this is pretty much what I see here with all the cards going on. So I'm going to hit the pause button and come back to the astrological notes. Alright, so I'm back with the astrological notes. Please forgive the presentation, but I'm not in my usual setting. So, Spirit, tell me, what can you tell me for pile number 4? What's going to come their way 2024? Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 4? What is coming their way in 2024? What's going to happen for them? Tell me, Spirit. Spirit, what's going to happen for 2024? Pile number 4. Alright, that's enough. That is more than enough. So let's see. We have 10th house. Alright, that's a confirmation of the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 8th house. That's the death card. That is transformation. That is the oracle card that said change. We have the 5th house. All right, so this is a confirmation of the Venus energy and self-love, what I said. 5th house is about authenticity. We have 5th house twice, so this is a particularly strong message. We have 7th house. All right, so for some of you, I mean, 5th house is also the house of romance, so some of you could definitely be starting something new romantically in the year of 2024. We have 3rd house, which is independence, courage, having a mind of your own. So strong confirmations here about developing your willpower. 1st house is about yourself, focusing on yourself. Also maybe focusing on the physical body, working on yourself, standing out, being independent. All right. Let me see the more stuff. We have Mercury. Okay. So confirmation of Page of Swords. I see it, Mercury. So we have Leo. Again, Leo is more 5th house energy. We have Aquarius. That explains the Queen of Swords coming out. Also, Leo is all the Queen of Wands and King of Wands that came out. We have the Moon. Very strong confirmation. I did say the Moon is coming out strongly as an energy. We also have the Sun. All right, so this is the balance of the masculine and feminine that I talked about. We have Saturn, strong confirmation. I said this with all the number 8s that came out. We have Gemini, so this is more Mercury energy. We have Scorpio, strong confirmation. What I said with the Ketu, with intuition. We have Mars. So we have a lot of, Mars is falling in line with the 1st house and the 3rd house that came out. So you needing to be courageous and taking action. Sagittarius, that's more fire energy and adventurous spirit. And we have Virgo. So we have a lot of Mercury energy. This, the Mercury, the Gemini, the Virgo explains all the analysis paralysis going on in your spread. We have Vishaka, which is falling in Libra and Scorpio. It's ruled by Jupiter. We have Chitra, which is ruled by Mars. Okay, so we have the tiger here. Falls in Virgo and Libra. We have Purva Ashadha, ruled by Venus. Here we have some Venus energy. Falls in Sagittarius. We have Ashlesha, falls in Cancer, ruled by Mercury. Okay. Purva Falguni falls in Leo, ruled by Venus. So you have a lot of nakshatras, but they're still, don't worry about it. It's not too general because there are 27 nakshatras. So Mrigashira, which is ruled by Mars, again falls in Taurus and Gemini. So a lot of Gemini energy and a lot of Mars energy. We have Mula, which is ruled by Ketu. Here we have the Ketu energy, falls in Sagittarius. So this could be like placements that you have prominently in your horoscopes anyway. We have Kritika, which is ruled by the Sun and falls in Aries and Taurus. We have Swati, which falls in Libra, is ruled by Rahu. We have Pushya, which is ruled by Saturn, falls in Cancer. So here we have significant Saturn energy as well. We have Revati Nakshatra, which falls in Pisces, is ruled by Mercury. So we have a lot of Mercury energy. We have 2 out of 3 Mercury ruled nakshatras. And we have Bharani, which falls in Aries and is ruled by Venus. This explains a lot, really. We have Bharani, to me, Bharani, the moon, the 8th house, the 7th house. This is a strong indicator that psychotherapy is a good idea for many of you. Now, for some of you very specifically, this could be about you studying psychotherapy. You know, maybe studying to be a psychologist or a therapist is a good idea. But whichever the case is, with Bharani, with Mrigashira as well, with Mula, with Scorpio, Virgo, Mercury, this is a great year for research, for digging deep into things. This is, first of all, about self-analysis, like I said, so analyzing deep within what is making you tick, why you act certain ways. Like I said, maybe try to understand if you have any self-sabotaging traits, try to understand where they're coming from, how you can handle them. So like I said, therapy is a great idea, but this also is a good time for you to research anything. So like your interests, whatever they may be, diving deep into a particular topic, an interest, you know, this could be a great idea for you. I wouldn't be surprised if many of you maybe have a personal year of number 7 in numerology, or personal year maybe number 8 or 5, because these years are more connected to career, work, research, stuff like that. Especially number 7 is very connected to research. And also 2024 is going to be a general year number 8 for everyone. So that would make sense. It's going to be a year of hard work for most people, to be honest, I think. Where people are going to be called to, you know, leave their burrows and take action in order to get results. They might even be pressured because of circumstances. Anyway, you have Saturn, you have Mars. So you will have stamina, you will have resilience. You might even have maybe Saturn-Mars aspects in your natal chart. If you come from my Vedic Astrology channel, then the possible combinations are either conjunction or opposition. These are mutual aspects between Mars and Saturn. Or you could have single-sided aspects. You know, Mars aspects the 4th, the 8th placements from itself, and Saturn aspects the 3rd and the 10th placements from itself, you know. Right. So you could have some kind of a contact between these. I also see that this is going to be a great year for intellectual pursuits in general, because you have Virgo, you have Gemini, you have Mercury, you have Mrigashira. So this is a great year for study of any kind, learning new skills, like I said. So this really confirms what I saw with the 6 of Pentacles, for instance. So many of you maybe already started to work towards, I don't know, getting a new degree or a certification or a new skill or something, you know. So this is Spirit telling you that you are on the right path because it's good for you. I also see with Virgo that you might be really interested in health. So learning more about, let's say, healthy living, diet, stuff like that. This could be a great year for that, because we have Virgo, we have Kritika. We also have the 8th house, which is transformation. Actually, not so much about diet with your pile. There was one other pile where I got similar combinations and it was more about diet. Here, I see it more about lifestyle changes in general, and it could be just you focusing on fitness, you know, changing your body, like working out more, developing muscle mass, because I see this with Mars. I also see that you will be pretty, how should I put it? You will be quite challenged this year. You will have to you know, pace yourself with your efforts, because you will be required to put in persistent effort with everything. So not a good idea to, I don't know, crash and burn, you know, like do these things where you're, what's the word, cramming, you know. Try to avoid these situations where, let's say you cram before an exam for like a week before, after you haven't studied for 4 months. This is not a good year to do that. You might really fail if you take this approach, more so than in previous years, right? I'm just telling you what I see here. Don't shoot the messenger. Also with let's see, what did I see here? Yeah, with Purva Falguni, with Ashlesha, with even with Kritika, Purva Shadha, and Chitra Vishaka, and a lot of these actually, Swati, Bharani. There's a lot of focus here on Venusian energy, so there is a strong confirmation of that number 6 that was repeated here that I saw previously in the spread. So this shows that this year is going to be also about you focusing on beauty. So this is a great year for creative activities of any kind as well. But I also see that you're going to become more attractive. Like, this could definitely be that you're going to become more attractive. And this could also explain the 5th house coming out twice and the 7th house coming out once. See, the 5th house, like I said, is about romance. So it's like the, let's say, the, how should I put it, the first stage of the 7th house, you know. It's kind of like the precursor of the 7th house. So first it's like romance and getting to know someone, and then 7th house is marriage, you know. So I feel like many of you, again, you may have ample options to date someone, you know, like maybe you are going to meet someone and have some kind of a romantic relationship. And those of you who are already in a relationship are going to have high chances of, you know, getting married, maybe getting proposed to, or getting into some kind of, you know, deeper commitment with your current partner with the 7th house. So maybe that's not marriage. It could be moving in with someone or something. But yes, 7th house also just speaks of you are going to be required to work in one-on-one situations a lot more, working in partnerships. For some of you, very specifically, this could be like, if you have considered doing this, let's say in previous years, you might have the opportunity to start a partnership-based business. Also with that person that is coming in to help you, this could be about that, you know. So maybe it's not about a romantic partner for some of you. It's someone who's coming in to help you with your career and your life trajectory. This could be like meeting a mentor professionally as well, because we have the 10th and the 7th houses. These are both actually connected to career. If you come from Vedic astrology, you know, because the 7th house is the Bhavat Bhavam house of the 10th house. So it's kind of seen as like the higher expression of the 10th house. So both of them are connected to career and social status. So this is a strong confirmation of the 10 of Pentacles and everything that I saw there with the 6 of Wands and everything. Again, provided that you do the work. Like I said, you overcome the fear of failure and you process your, you know, your shadow side and all that stuff, you might very well reach a position of success, of material gain, social status, right? So some kind of significant growth happening on the professional plane. We also have the 5th house twice. Right. Aside from that, with the 5th house, like I was saying, sorry, I had to interrupt a bit. So the 5th house shows definitely there is this chance of you getting in touch with some hobby or a passion, maybe discovering a new hobby or a passion. Not just, so this is not just about romantic interests. That could definitely be one side of things, but this also shows just the fact that you're going to have higher chances of having fun. You know, like more chances of relaxation, maybe traveling for fun. 5th house is just everything you enjoy, basically, whatever your heart's desire is, because this is connected to the heart chakra. It's, you know, corresponding to Leo, ruled by the sun. So the 5th house speaks of you spending more time on your hobbies, spending more time doing things that you just love to do. And since we also have the 10th house here, see how this resonates. For some of you, this could be having the chance to turn something you love into a profession or a side hustle, or just finding more meaningful work, you know, work that is more in alignment with your true values and with your heart's desire, things that you just love to do. 5th house can also speak of speculative gains, but I wouldn't recommend that. Obviously, again, this is like a general reading, so I wouldn't tell everyone, oh, go buy a lottery ticket because you're gonna win. But it could speak of, you know, higher chances than average to gain something when it comes to speculative gain. So either investing or stock market or things like the lottery, you know. So I definitely see that there's a lot of focus on the physical body. I think I mentioned this, but there's a lot of focus on the physical body. We have Chitra, we have Mars, we have a lot of Mars energy, Mrigashira as well. Your intuition, by the way, is definitely very, very strong. So even if you're a person that is not normally intuitive this year, you're going to be getting like flashes of genius, right? So some kind of strong insights. So you have to really pay attention to your intuition. We also have this Mrigashira that is a strong confirmation of that. Like you could be having flashes of like just knowing things without realizing why you know things. Or you could just be getting these strong nudges to do something, you know, like a feeling, literally a gut feeling to do something, to take a certain direction. So it's very important for you to follow this year a lot more than in previous years. And yeah, there's a lot of focus on the physical body. So again, for some of you, this could be about maybe healing your body from past ailments. So you're going to have the chance to do that. I see this especially for, yeah, people who have had some kind of chronic issues with Saturn here. You will have the chance to better the situation. Again, provided that you are careful and that you do the work consistently. But then I also see just focus on fitness in general, like you wanting to be more physically active, more, you know, to build your muscle mass, to strengthen your body. Things that you have to pay attention to, though, when it comes to health: cardiovascular system, breasts, the chest area, the arms, the hands, the respiratory system. Yeah, you might think everything, but not exactly. The respiratory system is coming out. The circulatory, so the heart, yeah, and the blood system. Actually, the blood itself, actually, with Mars, blood, muscle. So, for instance, if you have a cut or bruise or accident, it's not the time to neglect that because, or if you break something, heaven forbid. This is not the time to ignore any kind of wound and think that, oh, it's gonna heal itself. Not a good idea. You might also have issues with your feet, you know, your feet, and especially your feet. I was going to say with legs in general, but especially your feet might have a problem. And yeah, again, you might have a chance to heal these issues, but again, if you are responsible about them. Cardiovascular, like I said, have to watch out for those. And yeah, the breathing, the respiratory system, also the nervous system in general, right? So this could be a year where, like I said, going hand in hand with everything else that I saw in your spread, this could be a year when you're going to gain some insight into your psychology that might even help you like heal physically. You know, if maybe you can find out that something you've suffered from is psychosomatic or something, because Virgo and Gemini and Mercury is about the nervous system and how the nervous system impacts, you know, the physical body, the rest of the functioning. Whenever I see Virgo, I always think about things like IBS or something, you know, like irritable bowel syndrome, but it's not just gastrointestinal problems. That could definitely be a thing for many of you, but it could be a lot of things, you know, because a lot of things are psychosomatic. This is why it's important to understand yourself, to maybe heal traumas, you know, again, see a psychotherapist, look into how to heal traumas. Also, keeping a healthy lifestyle as much as possible. This is also a year when you will be more nurturing. Again, this makes me think of just being more nurturing first and foremost towards yourself. You know, being more understanding, more focused on being gentle with yourself, loving yourself, and that's definitely a good idea. And I also see that this is going to be a year when you're going to become more blunt. You're going to become more tell it like it is. I mean, this could be, for some of you, this could be your general nature, but for others, like, even if this isn't your general nature, you might find yourself uncharacteristically blunt. you might get to a point where, you know, SHIT has hit the fan, and you're done with being nice. You know, you might say things that you wouldn't normally say, burn bridges and stuff like that. So, and you know, Spirit is basically supporting that. You know, it's not something you should hold back from. With Ashlesha here, again, Ashlesha is also like Bharani, very much connected to psychotherapy. Ashlesha is especially hypnotherapy. So for those of you that have considered that, it's a good indicator that you are on the right path. This is also about substances, you know, so pharmaceuticals and stuff. So you might, again, for those of you who have ailments of any kind, you might be changing treatments. You might find a better treatment for something that you are going through. Last but not least, you're going to be getting more popularity, definitely. So you're going to become more charismatic in general, and this is also potentially going to attract more romantic suitors as well. I definitely see that the opposite sex is going to see you as more attractive, you know, because of the Swati, the Purva Falguni, the Kritika to some extent as well, the Bharani as well, the Ashlesha. And it could be that the work you are doing on your physical body is going to especially attract people towards you. And you might see an increase of popularity also when it comes to social media. I also see with Revati is, you know, Revati shows luck while traveling. So especially air travel. So this is really specific for some of you. If you have considered getting a job in something connected to air travel, it's a hint in the right direction. So getting into, I don't know, a flight attendant training program or becoming a pilot or something like that, this is a great hint that you are in the right direction, or anything to do with air travel or something, you know. But this is also a sign that many of you are going to have the chance to travel by plane somewhere during this year. And it's going to be a lucky travel, you know, because Revati shows about opportunities during travel and just having a good time while traveling, basically. I definitely feel, I mean, with the Eight of Cups that showed up, I mean, the Bharani is a very strong indicator of that. The Eight of Cups and the Bharani makes me think that some of you have been holding on to grudges for a very long time. And this year is going to be a year when you might really hit, you know, some kind of a breakthrough with respect to some grudges you have held, maybe even permanently heal some old wounds emotionally, some old emotional wounds. This could definitely be the case. Overall, all the Venus energy is a hint that I think your finances are getting better, definitely. You're going to be more resourceful. And again, with Mercury, and the Mercury in the third house, communication is going to be strong. Any kind of field or area where you're going to be required to communicate a lot, you're going to be favored in these areas. And Mercury also shows that you could have opportunities for business this year. So this can also show, like I said, for some of you, you might start a side hustle, you might get a second job, you might start courses in parallel with having a full-time job, see how it resonates. But Mercury speaks of you being able to juggle multiple activities at the same time and doing it well, provided that you do some planning, you know. And Mercury also speaks of skills, you know, so learning new skills, like I said, studying, educating yourself. But it speaks of especially business, right? So learning how to sell stuff and, you know, connecting people basically through business, something like that. Since you also have Saturn and Mercury, this is maybe very specific, and Mars, but this is a great year for anything connected to engineering, you know. Actually, all the STEM fields are represented here, but especially engineering, mechanical engineering, programming, stuff like that. This is a good year to acquire knowledge in these areas or get jobs in these areas. Medicine, especially psychotherapy, is also shown here a lot. Okay. So this is pretty much what I can see in your reading pile number 4, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, if you would like to leave some feedback in the comment section, please comment. I would love it if you come back to this reading maybe throughout the year and keep me updated. Also, if you're interested in a private tarot reading, check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. You can email me for a pricing list and reading options. I can also send you some readings that I've done as example, just so you can see what my energy is like and what the readings look like, to see if you're interested. And I will also leave a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before, if you're curious to see them. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel that where I focus mostly on Vedic astrology, but I also have something like 10 years experience in tropical astrology before Vedic. In total, over 20 years of experience in astrology. And if you're curious to learn more about all of these things, you might want to check out my astrology channel. Maybe subscribe also. I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a great year of 2024 and all the good stuff comes true for you. Keep me posted again throughout the year with progress reports. I would be very thankful. And also, I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye!